How you guys doing? I'm here. How you guys doing? We're here. Good morning, good afternoon. I don't know wherever you are in the world, but we're in the final hour of godforge. I thought, why not do a little bit of a fun community thing here? Stream the last hour when it closes. We can all experience it together. And I believe afterwards, maybe an hour, maybe afterwards, I believe there is the godforge podcast. So we're going to try and watch that live and obviously react to that live. So let me just put godforge on so you guys can see this goodness. I just need to make sure it is all to scale. It looks like it is. Nice. Nice. Let me just close my door, then we can get the show on the road, I guess. Obviously I need to share the link out quickly so everyone can see that we're live. But what I'm thinking of doing is just basically try and kill Fateless for a bit. Why not? Until it ends. Simples. So let me quickly get the share link out. Let me tell everyone that we are live. Final hour of godforge. As it ends. Boom. Everyone knows. Publish that. Yeah. Everyone knows. Right, so let's get it show on the road. So what I'm thinking of doing in this team is running an Achilles team. It's what I'm thinking of doing. But I need to just swap out my imprint. Because I've been using this, not even this weapon, should I say. I've been using this weapon with Bork to get it off more often, which has been pretty nice. But I'm gonna be, I think I'm gonna want to use Lady Shock's imprint here after the recent announcement. And then we're running Heimdall, which we need to equip. There we go, so he can heal and do all that jazz. So we need to equip Brynhild now with Summit, which could be again something like this. No imprint on that. And then, so we got these two basically set up-ish. It's not going to be a super serious run, but it is going to be kind of hopefully some damage on. I guess we need to build 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just do it for 5. So that, I definitely need to put this on her then. Unless I bring Q, like Coxacotline. But I still want this on him. I'll do that. And then we'll go for HP percent. So I want to make sure I've got all my HP percent gear on her. There we go. Again, I'm not going to run like I don't think I can look around to have like, you know, I don't think I've got the time, I'll be honest, to go and find all the best pieces of gear I've got. But I do want to have a bit of fun trying to do some silly things here. So 55k HP. It's not bad. I think I could get more though. Oh. Bro, it's more. We're going in. We're going in on that one straight away. Can I get HP and HP percent? I don't think I can. No. Cool. We're just gonna rock this. Why not? 1, 2. 1, 2. We need a weapon on her, which is gonna be heart. So that's right. Him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go, chat. Let's go. Let's see how this does. I can swap out the positioning too of these guys. So I don't need really. I don't think I need the speed because obviously he does his turn, then I get to do my stuff. So I could go for more ultimates, which might be the shout. Or more defense. I'm thinking more defense so I could just take more damage, you know. And we'll see how this. Oh no, wait, we need to do one thing. Oh no, exit, abort, chat. We need to just sort out one imprint. Exit. Edit team. We need to go to the smithy and we need to check out this imprint. And there we go. Put this on. Now it should work how I expect it to work. Imprint wise, we're good for him. I think everyone else is fine, so I don't need to worry about it. Alright, there we go. Heimdall, Shamash, Bryn, Achilles, and Quetzalcoatl. There we go. We'll try this out, see how it works. Might not be good, but you gotta think, for someone like me, I'm obviously wanting to try and learn as much as I can for stuff like this, because obviously in the full game I'm going to be fighting more of this type of content. So because I honestly think I've got a pretty good knack of how to play the game through floor to floor, but I think when it comes to end game content like this, it's going to be a little bit different. So I think I can save this, but we're going to use it anyway. We've got the bleed on and it triggered instantly. So if you guys are wondering what just happened there, my bleed applied, my Samoon triggered, dealing an extra 3% of maximum HP, and I should have got a boost too, according to the alpha announcements. So we're going to see if that is true, basically. I'm just buffing up my guys so we can survive the damage. There we go. So now I can start to try and heal up through shields. So I'll put the shield on to protect our guys. Start trying to apply bleed as we, you know, push down the boss, basically. Quetzalcoatl giving us that nice heal. Obviously boosting allies too. We got the attack down, which is great from that harp unlock, if you were wondering. That's why I like the harp. It's such a good weapon. I did want to make a video on the best weapons from alpha, but I hadn't had enough time to record it because I did want to go live before the game, you know, kind of ended. And I wanted to kind of, you know, like, have a bit of fun live with you guys and experience the end together for those that, you know, have gone through the whole journey. But look how much damage we just did then. We did some crazy damage. I think I can do the radiance here, I think, if I remember correctly. Because I need to learn about these turn counters. The thing with the bosses, especially when you're trying to get to the highest deeps, you know, the super hype deeps, it's learning about that. So I was right to use the radiance there to reduce the damage we take and all that and shield up, because we need to kind of learn that stuff, like, because that's how you get the best damage. Because it's, people play the game obviously on manual, no problem with manual gamers, you know, but to get the maximum out of your team, you need to be able to manual, and you need to be understanding, like, you know, what your team is actually doing here, you know, like what's the goal. So we need to kind of heal if we can at some point. He's got some divinity now, so what I'm going to do is actually use Achilles' thing for the first time. Just to get it more slightly back. So we were able to get these bleeds back anyway, and that's kind of what I'm aiming to do. And there we go, we're healing through. Okay, we need to put the shield on. There we go. So we should out-heal it back again. How in the world did the others get far over 100 million? I hit 50 and that was hard. So the way a lot of people are doing it is abusing that bug as the announcement suggested. And I think the way they did it is how I'm technically doing it now on my Achilles. So you will be able to see it in a moment most likely, but I think what they've done is use the weapon that I'm using, which is Simoon. And with Simoon, it triggers your bleeds. And with your bleeds, what it does is it triggers them and removes them off the stack. And the Lady Shock passive gives you 1% damage for each stack that's on the boss. But for some reason, I believe because of the weapon, removing it, as well as the passive on shock, you don't lose the stacks. So you're actually gaining infinite damage, especially on your damage dealer, which in this case is going to be my, obviously, Achilles. Like, so if you're playing Dracula and stuff, you're able to do it on them too. Vlok the Lack as well should be able to do it in that. But that's my theory. I could be wrong. But it's to do with the Lady Shock bleed passive. So if you go onto the alpha announcements, it does say, and just to put it out there, right, known bug has come to light. The Lady Shock imprint is scaling above the expected amount. The bleed scaling is ramping above the 10% expected. Similar to the Green Knight bug, this is part of the alpha, therefore considered fair game use bug. So people can use this bug, right? But the only thing I had an issue with is like, if people have just been told the bug with like 4 hours left. And if you've been building a certain team, obviously with that team, you're not going to be able to get that bug, right? Even like now, like my team, I've just tried to build it when I could with what I've got. And it's nowhere near going to be as what I need, you know what I mean? Because I just don't have the capabilities of it. Because people who farmed for that strat are farmed for that strat, you know what I mean? Which is fair game for them. No, you're getting, so the way it works is the Lady Shock imprint doesn't stop at 10%, and it keeps adding these bleeds. So you can see how I've got 5 bleeds here. Well, in a moment, I'll get my Achilles to remove these bleeds, and you'll see him do a load of damage too. And like these bleeds and stuff that are being removed, are still there now. So the Lady Shock passive still sees there's 5 stacks, and now, because I put 3 here, she thinks there's 8 stacks. Do you get what I'm saying? So the imprint thinks there's more stacks of bleed there than it is, because it isn't capping out, and it's not seeing the removal. So you can kind of see, like, my bleed damage already. I know it's maximum HP on this thing, but I don't know. He's doing kind of silly damage already. The Achilles, and this isn't even built correctly. Like, look at that chunk I just did then compared to earlier on when I did do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Also, the retaliate bug's not working, which is a bit of a bummer too. Yeah, exactly it. So you can use Drac or Achilles, basically. Or Volt Deluxe should be able to do it too. And yeah, you should be able to do that. In theory. But obviously, I'm not going to be able to do it. Because my team isn't built enough, and over these couple of days, I hadn't had time to farm, which is a bit of an annoyance. Because of all the other content I need to do for my main channel, and technically what I've been recording for today. You know what I mean? So but you can see at the minute, like, we're doing some good damage already, if you think about, like, what he's trying to do here. And we're not stacking 10 bleeds to do the damage that he's going to be dealing, so it's kind of like a really weird bug, but hey, it's interesting by never means, you know? Like that. See how much damage it just did then in that chunk? Did you just see that? Like, watch that chunk then. Like, I apply 3 bleeds and it just goes bang, and like, I just do so much damage with it as well. Like, it's so silly. Like, how much is going through on it? He's about to die, but I can get the resurrection. Like, even that, look how much damage we're doing now with that, which feels good. Look at that chunk again. That was 1 bleed stack. It's so weird. Yeah, only 4 million. Like I've said, guys, I've not got max gear properly on. I'm not fully geared or anything. At all. You know? But this is just showcasing this bleed mechanic on Achilles, because I just don't have Dracula built, and I don't have the right weapons for it all properly. But we have the components to show it off still, which is what we're doing here. We're showing it off. Seeing how much damage it's really ramping up. But my Achilles might die just before, which is going to be a bummer if he does. But I can imagine on Dracula, it's going to be crazy. Imagine it on Dracula, because Dracula's placing bleeds on everyone and then able to remove them and then do all that damage on his ultimate, and the stacks are doing that. So that's where things are going to get crazy with the build, I'll be honest. But again, unable to do it, because I think the dream team is Heimdall, Brain, Dracula, then you run like Beowulf, and then I don't know who to put in the 5th slot. I don't know if it's going to be like an Isis angle, a Quetzalcoatl angle, a Sphinx angle. There's quite a few 5th slotters that probably can get away with being there, because what you want to be doing with the team is basically, I'd say, both defenders have got kind of high defense and high HP. So then you can put the Isolde passive on both of them, which keeps you healing. So you don't really need as much healing then if you build them correctly with the right gear. Obviously, Dracula is doing the bleed shenanigans, so he's going to scale infinitely for the damage. Your Beowulf is obviously going to scale, I think, the highest out of any of the other heroes once he gets fully scaled, which is really good. So, like, maybe Shamash, actually. Maybe Shamash is the final one. Just because then Shamash allows everyone to attack basic 1 more often. So, obviously, then the Drac can deal more damage inherently just because of the stacks he's got. The stacking from Beowulf can occur more often too. So that's probably what I think the main teams are. And I think what you'll see, the #1 team has a Dracula in it, and I reckon it's the Dracula that's done the most damage from. And it's whoever has figured out. In essence, whoever has figured out the best team that can abuse this bleed bug, that's the one who's gonna win, basically. That's who's gonna win. But it's interesting to see, like, how little damage my Achilles did at the beginning, because he's got no damage built on him. He's got over, like, 250 accuracy. And his attacks are just naturally hitting quite hard now. Like, see how little those were? That's kind of what his basics were doing. Or technically less. Technically less. But now, if I just, like, basic with my Achilles, he just does some really good damage. Which is just again, surprising to see how well this bleed thing works. Like, look at that little chunk he just did then, and that was without placing the bleed on or anything. There you go, look at that. So that's it's interesting how this might work. Like the fact that you get in this, so it's just like free scalable damage, obviously. But the thing is as well, like in the Discord known bugs announcement, it didn't really how can I put it? It didn't really tell people fully what was bugged or how it was bugged either. But I thought it was this from the start, just because like it makes the most sense. And it is working, it's just working a lot slower. I think with Dracula is where the things get really silly, because Dracula can just place so much bleed so quickly and like get rid of it too. Like he is like a super dumper, so it must be like Dracula in there. But I want to try out another build after this anyway, like an actual more serious damaging build, and see how much that can do in like 30 minutes or so, because in 15 minutes, it's done like 4.5 million damage. It's done it almost in 200 turns. Obviously not the greatest at all, but obviously if the Achilles was built correctly with an attack percentage, with a bit of accuracy, then I can imagine this scaling off kind of silly now, because I'm in that position where even though my health bars are low, I don't know if you guys have noticed, I'm in that rotation now with my skills that I should be able to just generally survive. You know what I mean? Like, I should be able to survive damage no matter what now. So, okay. Learning experience, though. I like the fact that we're learning. That's the whole point, right? I wanna still be able to learn as much as we can here. So then on beta, obviously when things are fixed and there's a bit more polished and maybe more mechanics, we can get some good old yamage in. So what I want to do is actually use Beowulf in my team. Like, the way I want to run my team is something like this, I'll be honest with you. But I don't think I've got enough healing with this team, if this is the case. Yeah, if you just do the bleed tactic, so I was saying this to other guys, so if you want to go for just a free damage run, if you just put Achilles in the team, he can, on average, depending on how fast you can get the bleeds on Fafnir, you do between 24 to about 30 odd million damage. That's it. With Guan Yu added in, it's around the same. Together, you get, like, I'm trying to think. If you do the combo correctly, you should be able to hit around 40, 50 to 80 mil. Because it's basically the same thing as using a Dracula with Guan Yu, but you're using Achilles instead. And you're not removing stacks, which is kind of nice and consistent. But I want to try and run a team like this, because I want to try and abuse Beowulf's just damage, overall damage, but he's only level 40 here, and like, I don't think I've got enough to go up. We'll soon see. I've got other things, it's the spirits. Right, so you can go. And you can go. Oh, sick. We're doing it. We're gonna try it out. This is the one comp I've been actually wanting to do. And if this does some serious damage, that'd be kind of nuts. So I need to put on this. And then I basically need my best, like, shit, basically. But I don't know how I'm going to get this rolling. Because that's what we've got at the moment. And you can see I've got too much crit now. So I don't know if I'm going to run something like this. Let's see how much this impacts him. I do like it. Because if I do this, do I not have one? What does this look like? So I go below 100% crit. I only lose 2.5% critical damage. I get 80 attack. But what's more important, I get the Spectre build on, which is reducing the damage from all the Fafnir's bullshit, which I think is what I want. He's only got 16k HP, guys. Like, he is paper thin. So we've got him kind of built right. I just don't know what to do with this girl, man. I'll be honest with you. I could put this on her. I could do something like that. And we got better, just better shit. Attack. We got anything good? Attack. I lose so much HP though, and I need her to survive for the attacks. Maybe I just level up the gear. Like I said, I'm not here to do super serious runs. I'm here to learn and have like a good time while doing it the same, you know. Let's just make it things simple. Because obviously on beta and like on your main account and stuff, obviously I'm going to take a lot more care in these. But for me learning, I just need to make sure my guys can, you know, survive and do the shit. And this is fine. So we've got her good. Beowulf's good. Can I upgrade her at all? She's maxed there. It might be time to say goodbye. Goodbye, Mordred. Goodbye, Doom. Goodbye, Hell. Goodbye, YDG. You are being fed to the gods. Because I'm telling you, this is probably going to be like the last run. And Horus. See ya. Everyone's gone, guys. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. From promote. Right, so that's good. Whoa, 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 whoa. Right, it's just still... Alright, it was just bugged out, so... Okay, so... I don't need to touch his abilities either. Sweet. I know he's maxed. I know he's maxed. Right, let's try this out. This is going to be interesting, I think. Like that, right? Oh, do you know what I could do? I'm gonna do some on purpose. I just want to increase the healing because this feels super sketchy to me, chat. I'm gonna be honest. This feels so sketchy, but this is like the first time I'm playing comps like this because this is like out of my comfort zone now. So I think I want the defense still. If not, it's the critical damage to make him hit even harder. But I'm going to just test this out, and we'll soon find out, because I've got the Guan Yu builds and stuff like that done. Like, I've got recorded footage of using Guan Yu as a boss killer, Achilles as the boss killer and stuff, but the one things I never tested out was stuff like this. And I'm super interested, because this is a lot of damage that I'm taking, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to sustain it. But we are hitting... Look at that. So he's dead already. So I need to work on this gear or something for him, right? Because as soon as I do this, I don't think it's going to be enough for him to recover back from. But you can kind of see what I'm trying to do here, right? Where I'm trying to make my Beowulf survive. So then he's going to keep scaling his basic attacks. Then he can do the damage. You know, but who knows? Maybe I can, because now we got one star. Now we got, look at that! Holy shit, we hit hard then. And again, I'm scared that the Aphrodite might die. Like, look, we're already on 1 million damage in 17 turns. Like, this is kind of disgusting if you think about it. Like, look at that, 1 mil already. Put the big shield on. Okay, so now I can increase my critical damage and stuff. You can see why I've got the Balk. Or Bauk, whatever his name is, the counter attacks, because it adds up. It starts to add up. So we can knock that hard. I'm going to use this. I should have used this before, to be honest, just to get that heal and damage on Beowulf, but I need to heal her. I'm kind of scared about my Aphrodite dying. So do we need Radiance? We've got Radiance on, so we'll just attack down if we can. We missed the attack down. Okay. So now we can combo again. So we can combo with Beowulf. A1. Get that attack stat going again. We didn't crit, I don't think, but... Oh! Man, there were some big hits. Ooh, we got greedy, but it paid off. It paid off. Let me increase the speed on these. Get an extra combo hit. Like, look at that, man. Fuck me. Holy smokes. Okay, okay. Man, Aphrodite is living on the edge. I'm telling you. She is like, do not let me die. Alright, let's get the retaliates and everything rolling. Boop. Okay, everyone's healed up. We're healed up. And I've got the Heimdall this time, so even better now. Once it rotates around. Bro, I'm healing so much on the backswing with my Beowulf. Like, he might be fine without Aphrodite now, but you gotta think, if I can keep my Aphrodite alive, that's gonna allow me to get more extra attacks in with Beowulf, which is what I'm trying to really do, right? I'm trying to get him to just attack as much as I can. If I could get his divinity down, I would. But hey, we'll just do this. Bro, that's so much damage. Look at that, 2.7 already. Easy mode. Oh, big hit, big hit, big hit. Okay, so we're getting low again. I think we can take another big hit before popping Brynhild's attack, I think. So there we go. We could get a speed combo rolling here. Big back again. Oh, no big hit. This one will. Oh, 3.1. 82. Nice. Right, I'm going to increase everyone's defense back up. Nice. Get the counter hit. And a second counter hit. Have I done this 3 times? I don't know, but hey, we'll take it. Because maybe I could get rid of Aphrodite for someone else to do a bit more damage, but maybe it's like a Guan Yu angle is the only thing we could put in there, maybe. For now, but I don't think I can do that in this run without, you know, being able to finish it, maybe. But look at that. Boom. So we've done almost 4 million damage in obviously less turns than experimenting with the bug of the Lady Shock. We are out healing the damage from Faf. It's just she's gonna, oh, she's not dead yet. Holy shit. No, she is. She's not dead yet. Holy shit. Aphrodite, hold on. No. If only she waited for the shamash. But we might be able to get her back through anyway. There we go. Yeah. We're good, chat. We're good. So get her back for one. Let's get this big ass shield on her so she can come hopefully back up to full health. And we'll make sure everyone's got retaliate and all that bullshit on top as well. Yeah, we love that. We love that. Right, strong hit. 200,000 it looked like we did then. 200k hit. And we just did another big hit then. Hey, we're doing a lot of 200k hits. So I do bet you guys, if I could make this build that little bit better, if I could make that build a little bit better for my Beowulf earlier on this week, I guarantee you I could have done some serious damage, I reckon. Because this looks like it's working. And the only thing that might let it down is gear, because the gear is not fully optimized to allow me to obviously soak up as much damage as I need the later and later and later that it gets. But hey, for so far we've done 5.2 million and we've not hit the 100 million turn, the 100 turn count yet. So I'd be intrigued to see how much we get at 100 million with this build, you know. Get Radiance on, buff everyone up. Yeah, Aphrodite is so dead. She's trying to survive. She's trying. Got a couple of turns left. That's 6 mil. So we did 6 million this time. And Aphrodite's just died, but we're back up to full HP because of the drain that's on the boss. So I do think maybe I could replace Aphrodite. I don't know who I would replace her with. Maybe like a Sphinx. Just so I could run triple defender. But I need someone that honestly does damage, I feel like. Because if I had another good damage dealer, especially in that slot, if we're thinking about it, like, especially for someone like myself who's learning, and maybe you guys who are watching and trying to learn too, and listening to my rambles. If I think about this second slot, like, if I could get someone in there that can deal just some good damage, and most likely is a brawler, that's probably what I want, right? Because if I had a brawler in this second slot, and the more I'm thinking about it, it makes sense. The brawler is going to have such high HP that these ticks that we are getting is going to be like insanely high, right? To the point where we should out heal it again. But then it makes me wonder, like, do I need Shamash? But I feel like I need Shamash for the revive. But I could run like Isis. And maybe Isis is better because she's gonna apply mend on each of the turns. And she also has a full team revive. And she also removes debuffs and disables on the lowest HP ally, and she heals them for a truck ton. So maybe I have to run Isis. And that will give me like such a big survival boost. Like, bro, did I just do 1 million damage then? I saw that 7 turn into an 8. Imagine these three on their own are able to somehow outlive Fafnir. This is all I needed. And it would be down to, oh, Sneaks, you need to replace these two heroes. These are the two weak links, clearly. Which is true. They are technically the two weakest links. So maybe it is that. Maybe that is the way you learn to get this done. Because if I think I'm right. I've done 8.4 there. I've done way more damage than this, like in tests with the bleed comps and stuff. So I wonder if we run Isis instead of Shamash, and I could fit maybe the bleeding. Oh, I like that. I'm going to try this out and see if this works. So I want to quickly go gear, and I want this. I want, where's Cusacotl gear? This. I want this. I want that one. And I want that one. And then I need that on her. Now you can have the world splitter back with the same thing anyway, so we haven't lost it. So we've got double Isolade. I need to put that on. I need to put this harp on thing. But it makes me wonder, what do I put on? I might just have to keep it. It's just kind of frustrating. No, fuck it. Guess what, girl? You're gonna hit like a fucking truck. Why not? Because I don't want that. I don't want this on him. Because it's gonna break what I want to do. But this will work. And it's an extra Isolde. Fuck it. It's all the Isoldes. It's all what we can. Yeah, you probably not got harp on. Like I said, harp is one of the best weapons in this alpha that I definitely have got the pleasure to play with. I'm gonna put the resistance on too. So I want to run Beowulf and Bryn, right? So this is my team. Let's try it out. We're learning, and I think everyone else who's watching is gonna be like, "Yo, this is actually we're learning." So I swapped out Shamash for the Isis and the Aphrodite for the Achilles. And the aim is, with the triple shield and enough heals, and we've got resistance, maybe this is better than before, but we'll find out. I did 200k in that hit then. Jesus. Missed the bleed. I've got a counterattack. So now I can get my shield on through Isis, which is nice. And I place Mend on everyone, which is also nice. So everyone's going to start kicking off now. And then we've got the Retaliate. But I don't know if this Retaliate's going to work, because it is bugged, I believe. Bro, look how much damage the Brynhild did. The Thunderbolt Brynhild coming downtown. Okay, so we got the free bleed stacks on now from a counterattack. We've got all these retaliates and counterattacks. Oh my god. We missed a second, so we're 1 in 3 at the minute. Everyone's got Mend. Bro, she's doing that extra bit of percent damage. Look at that. Oh my god. We need these bleeds though to be 10 ASAP. Okay, there we go. We got 6. We got the 6. Let me lower this a little bit. Put it right over here. We're spreading the mend, chat. We are spreading the mend. Oh, 6 stacks still. I was hoping that Retaliate would have been the nice one. So now, because we've got triple shield, we can really stagger these shields, which is kind of disgusting too. Nice. And I'm not really feeling it either. Maybe Isis is the all-star here. Stone 6. I could shield, but we have quite a lot of shield still. But I think that's the right call. Because I'm going to get hers back anyway. So if I do that, that just makes sure everyone's super safe. Nice. Nice. Mate, she's joking. Let's see, this counter attack, I feel it. 9 stacks, I told you, I felt it. So now, put the shield back on. We've got 9 stacks here, so that's going to be basically... There's only one more attack we need to do. And we're on max bleeds, and in theory, Achilles could die. Oh, we've got it there. Max bleeds now. So Achilles could die, and we don't care. We've got the maximum bleeds on. The only thing we care about is keeping these 3 guys up now, and basically letting Beowulf do his jam. Basically, do his jam. So let's see how well this works. We didn't improve the Beowulf's gear from earlier, which might be the downfall on it, but hey, we'll take it still. We'll see how far we can do before obviously the good old godforge alpha ends. But what a whack! What a good old whack from Beowulf there. You gotta love it. And again, look at that. We gained some serious damage in chat. We got mend on everyone. A1 all the way through. I'm going to redeploy the defense on everyone. There we go. Great. We got so much good healing going off with this all their passives all, you know, cracking off here. All the retaliates are coming out there. Big slam. Okay, we got her shield up now, which is great. We can wait for Heims and Brynhild's, which is about to come off cooldown. 54 turns. We're on 5.8 million. 6.1. Hey, this needs to calm down. This needs to calm down. I'm just looking at chat. Somehow Guan Yu doesn't work with... Yeah, it should do. I've done it before. And what's funny as well with the Guan Yu is, like, you gotta think that the Fafnir does his own... He does his own thing, doesn't he? Like his own drain effect. So you just get a free damage increase with that. For 3 turns as well. Right, we're gonna... Well, I was gonna say we were gonna do this, but... We're actually taking enough damage still. Oof, 100 and some odd thousand we did then. Oh, he one-shot the Achilles, but we don't care about Achilles, do we? Does that mean I can auto this now? No, because if I auto this, she's going to revive him. Do you know what? We'll do it anyway. We'll bring him back. It's technically extra damage. Even though it's little damage, it is technically extra damage. He's hitting him for a few thousand, and who knows, that few thousand does add up over time. Big hit. Another big hit. Right, we can rebuild him quickly. There's one set of buffs. Let's see. Boom! Turn 75, we're about to hit 10 mil. Okay, get the retaliate on everyone. I don't need to Radiance here. About to break that 10 milli. About to bring that 10 milli. Yeah, this team definitely working better than the last one. And I think it's just because of the ISIS over the Shamash too. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's these three heroes together working really good. I can imagine if you had Horus maybe instead of Brynhild, it might be even better, but I'm not gonna complain. I think Brynhild is just such a good epic hero. I don't know about you guys. Absolutely love her. But I've already done 10.5 million damage here. So it went 10 point, it was 566 and it went to 719. So I was just trying to see how much damage, you know, he did. We're doing good so far, though. Look at that. I think we've got so many buffs on us. Or are we? Are we going to get so many buffs on us that we don't get any debuffs and we just got to take the damage now? Because imagine if that's the case. Oh, they've just got time to fit it in. Imagine I got 2 extra buffs and it took up the slot so Fafnir couldn't... I wonder if you could do that actually. That would be so interesting if that's what people were doing. But I don't think it works like that. Like, imagine you could put enough buffs on yourself that basically Fafnir can't put his blaze or vulnerable or acid, or he can't put any debuffs on you because the total amount of count is 10 unique ones, right? If I remember correct. So in theory, if you fill those slots, can he debuff you? Question mark. Right, I got 219 and we went up to 409 plus the bleed after 687 on that turn. Jesus. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. I wonder how much we would be able to survive. I reckon it would only get around like the 100 milli damage because we're not using any exploits here to obviously infinitely scale our bleed because we're not. If we had maybe the latest shock imprint on this harp might be the way forward, but we're not doing that. We can get our retaliate on, make sure everyone is super safe. But yeah, this is a good team. Just showcasing a nice little team. If you guys were struggling on getting a good maybe Fafnir team, here you go. You know what I mean? This looks like a nice little solid team. Especially if you built for it, you know? You built the right weapons, you got the right imprints. You really figured out and mid-maxed that gear. I bet you this would have done some actual good fair game damage too, man. Just look at it. It's doing perfectly fine so far. What do you guys think? Are you impressed? I am. I'm impressed with the Beowulf. Beowulf's doing work. Look at that. I did 160k damage then on that hit. We ran out of buff space, so they got some buffs on. No. We don't want any debuffs on us. Yeah, them bleeds are stacking up. We can use the Bryn. Achilles! No! Achilles! Got all the retaliates. So many retaliates. I can't wait. What about you guys? I can't wait for when Beowulf gets his stacks meters on. You know, so you can see how many stacks of attack and the stacks of critical damage he has. Because I wonder if they do some really cool little animations for those, like, you know, so you can see them and other heroes in the game. I wonder if they add like, you know, frost runes that appear up as they charge up and charge up. But hey, you're on 17.5 million. We're not doing too bad with this little team. And we've got technically 8 minutes, I think, until the alpha's over. If not, it's another hour. So we're going to keep going until the game kicks us out. And someone's going to have to keep an eye out on this little damage score. It's not going to be in the top 100 at all, because those guys went crazy. But it's definitely a nice little bit of damage to end, I think, a really good Alpha Wave 3 experience. I think it's been fun. I think the Fateless team's learnt a lot too. I think the community's seen a lot. I think everyone has really enjoyed this Alpha Wave 3 experience. So, my poor Achilles, though, can't survive. So, do you know what that means, chat? He's a lost cause, and I don't need him. He's got the bleeds on now. It's going to be down to these three, I think. These four are going to be like the team that keep going now. Gotta keep the retaliate going for the Beowulf, because I believe my Beowulf should be pretty much max stacked. If he's not, he's got only a couple left in him. And he should be max attack stacks. He's already got the max crit ones, I'm pretty certain. So he's just down to that then. But this is doing a nice little bit of job, you know. I think if you're a new player and you know you're joining the stream for the first time, welcome to the stream. Just showcasing some little gameplay here. What we can do is actually put my camera here. That'd be better, wouldn't it? So you guys can see everything. I keep forgetting about that camera I made. Bro, that was a lot of damage. We're on 21 mil. He's got to be on... I was say he's got to be fully stacked, surely, chat. From all the counter attacks he's done, he's got to be right. Like, each one of them is a basic attack. And each one of them is increasing his attack. So surely, he's like that. He's got max attack stacks. Right? Right? Let's get this going. How you doing, Steve? It's coming to the end of the Godforge Alpha, so I thought I'd do a quick 1 hour, maybe 1 hour, 2 hour stream. See how things go. $23 million though. Four minutes remaining. Should I summon the Boy Wonder? I got it right. We'll bring the Boy Wonder back. We'll shield him up. Let's see. No, the Beowulf didn't crit then. Not having that 100% crit is crazy that sometimes the game goes, yeah, don't worry about that. It's like, don't worry about it, dude. Okay. I could have had... Is he going to go through? He isn't. Ooh, he didn't hit the 24 milli. We'll get everything back up. Attack down. We don't land the attack down. Deathwing burn. Yeah. See how much damage you can do on Deathwing before Deathwing kills you. Because he will kill you eventually. Otherwise, you go up to 600 turns and then it ends anyway. So he definitely can kill you. But what's going to be funny is I think the servers are meant to close in 3 minutes time. And if not, it's in an hour and 3 minutes time. And if it's an hour and 3 minutes time, I'm just saying, you never know. This run isn't going to be the #1 DPS run or 2, but it's definitely going to be interesting to see how much damage this thing could be doing. Because this is just basically 4 heroes now. Like, Achilles has done his job, like, which was applied the 11 stacks of bleed and, like, let the bleed do its thing now. And now we're just relying on maybe one of the best, like, scalers for bosses, which is Beowulf. And that's without, obviously, like, cheating. That's just using fair game. You know what I mean? As if this was, like, real. Like, you know, I don't know how to put it. Strong hit. Oh, it nearly broke it as well. The 27 million barrier on that. Counter attacks. Yeah, I need to get better accuracy, I think. A little bit accuracy on that Brynhild as well. And if she could have a harp, if I could have 2 harps, that's what I'd want. Like 2 maxed out harps. So the bleeds always come through and the attack downs come more often. And then, oh shit, my fucking Isis, I didn't realize she's so low. She should come back though now. Hopefully. Ooh, Isis is getting low. Oh, wow. Interesting. Turn 200 that happened. I wonder why. I wasn't paying attention to Summit because she got dummy low. And that killed Heimdall as well because of that. So I haven't got the heals now, look. I ain't got the heals, dude. 30 mil though. Turn 209. So if I could have basically survived longer, it would have been it. Good morning, guns. And you kind of just tuned in. Perfect time. Look at that. The end. The end of the Godforge alpha experience. How fucking crazy is that? It's been, I'm telling you guys, an emotional roller coaster. And if you don't know what we're talking about, I'll show you. Because if we go on to the internet reaction here, and what I could also do is, if you bear with, can I get this? Oh, it is what it is. I was going to put the chat up. But, as you guys know, I've been pushing and learning these games. I've never played these games before. Obviously, playing city building games, playing shooting games, stuff like that. That's what I play, right? So, for me, to come in here, I'm just saying, I showed up. I showed up what true degenerate gamers look like, who will stay up, you know, that stupid amount of time. And I gave 6 overall in finishing speed. Challenge level, I don't know where I ended, because I wonder how it went, because these guys are the ones that figured out how to beat, even on the bugged stages, how to beat them. But I did get to, as you'll see, look at that, 283 stars. And I was going to try and push up more, but people will know I missed out on one of the heroes, and because I missed out on one hero, I couldn't get all 300 stars. So until I got that hero, it didn't matter for me. I couldn't win or anything, because these other guys did have it, right? So we had that, and then now, and this is the big shout out, we have got our finals. The guys who have done the most damage to the boss. And we've got guys doing over 64 million. No, it's even more than that, right? That is ridiculous amounts of damage. Draco, 64,465.4 million. So that's over like 64. What even is that? I can't even, my brain can't interpret it, because look, we're in the 1,000 millions, and this guy did over 64,000 million. You got 58.7 million on Soplin, and then you got the new, it looks like this new alliance has arose, ELT, with Talis, Wild Wallace, TMB, Zavarok, and Wolf, all doing above 10 million damage. Billion? Okay, so we've got a 6 billioner, a 5 billion, a 4 billion, a 2, a 1, a 1, and then everyone else in the normal numbers, as I would want to call them. So yeah, that was crazy. And to get in the top 100, you have to do over 94 million in order to do that, right? So I wasn't chasing this. This was one where I was learning more endgame mechanics. So I do want to say GG, congratulations to every single one of these guys that honestly pushed in any of the stages. And you got to remember, the top 2 all go to Vegas. And as we go to, if I find it, I don't know if it's live now. It's not live now, but it might be live then in 55 minutes time from now. We're going to have, obviously, the Fateless podcast, right? I believe they're going to be doing a live podcast, and that, just like this one did, is going to announce who is the final one, the final winner, right? Absolute nuts. Those 50 to 60 billions. So in 500 turns, that's approximately 100 million per turn. Yep. And I honestly, like, the thing is with those ones as well, those are definitely the, you know, if we go over to the Discord here. Let's bring up the Discord. So that's to do with definitely this very bottom thing here with Lady Shock. Right, so there is a Lady Shock imprint bug scaling above expected amount. They said they consider this fair game. The only thing I'll just say on that point, obviously, it's fair if everyone was allowed to use it, but it would have been nice to, you know, tell people how to use it, so then it could have been fair game use, because this was done at almost 12 o'clock, you know? So anyone who knew how to do this could do it. So it would have been nice just maybe in there. But if we go over to, I believe, the alpha announcements, you're going to see we got all of this stuff to show off too. So you can see literally with everyone now, anyone who finished the 151 who met within the last remaining of these medals actually got it. So you would have got your own unique special gold pendant made, and you can see each has their own code on them. So kind of cool how that is, right? Massive thank you message for participating. It says, Scion, every stage you have taken with us has echoed lifelike footsteps through the caverns of chaos, carrying Godforge from vision to reality. In recognition of your part of these first trials, we present you with this coin, no ordinary token, but a mark of those who stood at the dawn. It is a symbol of resilience, courage, and the belief that legends are not only told but made, and few will hold it. Bro, this is getting me worked up. I'm getting emotional. I'm like, bro, I'm getting hyped. Few will hold it, and fewer still will know what it meant to be here at the beginning. Your efforts are etched into the foundation of Godforge, and your place in story will endure the long after these early stages are past. With respects and gratitude, Simon Lockerbert, Hisham Saleh, and Dan Francis, aka the founders of Fateless team. Honestly, such a sick message. And again, the top 1,000 players all get one of these in game. I do think, depending on the position you got, if you're rank 10, maybe 50 or 100, I don't know if this is true, but I think they will tell us in the podcast when it goes live. I think he said that people are going to get other rewards. So there's like portraits available. Obviously some in-game summons and gems and stuff I think might be on the table too. But we'll have to wait and see until obviously the podcast drops in approximately 52 minutes, guys. 52 minutes until we go. So I am hyped for what the game has. So it's kind of sad to see it. It's kind of sad to see this. I don't want it to be over. Oh, what an experience. I can't believe it. Like, for myself as well, like, I streamed 16.5 hours in one stream. Day one. I took a 4-5 hour nap, and then I streamed for another 8.5 hours. And that's what it took to become 6th in the Godforge experience. You know what I'm saying? And then, as the days have passed, as many people will know probably watching the stream right now who have probably followed me on, in the Discord here, I have been in the VCs down at the bottom here. I've been chatting to so many cool community members. I want to obviously shout out to Sage as well, Sage and Lyco, because those two guys that appeared in VC, especially sometimes when I was in there, they helped just bounce off ideas, give key information as well about certain things that were working and not working. And like, you can see like the whole community that is obviously Godforge like building. And this is what like I think a lot of games are missing, is like just how much work and effort and love the community do put into Godforge, and the fact that the devs, you know, the Fateless team do listen. They listen. It's can't fault it. So can't wait for it. I'm guessing this might be what our hero who's done the most damage, maybe this is what it could look like. Is this what they're saying? This could be a B option. I'm just saying that looks sick. Imagine your team here, like your Brynhild, Heimdall, and then all these other guys up here in the team, like being part of this like being the sculpture. Oh, bro, absolutely fire, absolutely fire. Should we see what the alpha chat's saying? It's gonna be kind of crazy. Everyone's gonna be like, no, we gotta wait till Christmas. That is funny. That is funny. I'll put it on this one. Oh my lord. Okay, there's a few of you in chat. Come on, lurkers. I want to know how was your Godforge alpha experience? That's what I want to know. How was it? Did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy the experience of it? Do you understand that it's an alpha and it was, you know, to test the bugs and to get you know, a basic understanding of, you know, the game's core loop? What do you guys think about it? Because for me, I really enjoyed it. For some reason, this game's hooked me more than other games. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because as a new player, I'm not feeling bombarded about learning like 20 different mechanics all at once. Maybe because like I can put weapons and imprints on different heroes and create really crazy builds. Even with the same weapon and imprint, I can just put it on a different hero and it really does shift on how things work. The ultimate system, absolutely loved the ultimate system when it came to playing godforge. Highlights. Let me think. What were the highlight heroes? Do you know what? Obviously, Zeus was the speedrunner hero, but for myself, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I thought heroes like Mordred, Brynhild, even Skadi were really like more impactful. And it sounds crazy, and maybe it's me coping saying that, but for me, it was definitely those heroes were a little bit above the rest, because even though I had Zeus, I had the damage, I had a good team that could go through, you know, the whole shebang. When I hit stages 140, 142, 143, 146 and 7 and 8, it didn't matter how much damage I had, because my gear and my things weren't up to scrap. So to really get the most out of it, I had to, man, you know, put in the Mordred, I had to put in the Skadi and stuff. So it's been definitely an experience. It's been ups, there's been downs. But I think every minute was worth it for me when it came into it. I'm looking forward to this podcast that's going to be happening in 45 minutes. I am wanting to live stream it, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we live stream it? Because obviously they're going to be live. I don't think we could just be in chat. But I think like if I live stream it, who knows? I'm not saying I'm going to win. I doubt it. I doubt I'll win. But, you know, if anything crazy happens, we can live react. You know? So, would love to, fuck it. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to think, you know, we can have a look at other things if you want, but let me look at what chat's saying. Sorrow's replying. I think it was great. Those that wanted to min-max got to do it, and those that wanted to get the best gear just to push through to the end as fast as possible was able to do it. It was a very good experience all around. I like to hear that. Honestly, I felt the same. Especially like me, you know, I keep saying like someone like me, but it's the only way I can put it, because I don't, as you guys know, I don't play these games. I don't, you know? I don't play Raid. I don't play Ethereal Restart. I played a little bit of Dragonair, and I really did like Dragonair. Don't play, I'm trying to think of the other one, like Watch of Realms, don't play any of them. No of the games. I've been reached out for sponsors for those games, so I've never, ever played with them. So for me, godforge is like, honestly, my first real dive into these games properly. You know, playing it from scratch, going toe-to-toe with some of the best players, clearly, in the Raid community that are able to, like, figure out these ways of getting through floors faster and using the best teams and figuring out what do you need on these stages in order to push through. And from someone like myself, I think I've done amazing. I'm gonna be honest. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of the streaming hours I was able to put in. And what I've also done, which I'm quite proud of today, which some of you guys won't know, because obviously I did it earlier on this morning, but I've been able to record 3 videos quickly to do with like heroes and stuff. But then I also recorded 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hero videos too. So I did over what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11 video recordings today, which is kind of nuts, I know, but hey, it is what it is. So obviously I'm going to be editing all of that content. I'm going to be putting it up. I don't know what else I'm going to do apart from I'm going to do some tier lists, guides. I'm going to do some speculation videos too, but a few of the new content, especially that's going to come onto the channel, is going to be, I don't know if it's going to be an acquired taste, but it's definitely going to be videos to do with, for example, game modes, events, things that I would love to see in the game, you know, like maybe just suggestions. And the way I'm going to do the suggestions is by like trying to create the formula. So maybe, you know, I create images in like a little, not PowerPoint, but you know what I mean, like a little mini presentation, so you can see this is how this fight starts, this is how it goes here, this goes here, and keep moving on and see what we could do. And who knows? Fateless might be like, do you know what? That's a pretty cool idea. We like that. And it might come into the game, you know? Because we do like to listen, and we like to hear what your feedback is, and obviously they want to create engaging parts of, you know, game content within Godforge, right? Otherwise, you're not going to keep playing at the end of the day. And I'm not going to lie, I think everyone will say that the cavern experience got them hooked. It wasn't even the real game and we all got hooked. We're all like these god fiends now, I'm going to call us. God fiends that we're already tweaking, like, why can I not play some Godforge, man? Like, in the background, like, why can I not do this? Oh, but I am hyped for that, man. I'm super hyped for that. But yeah, I'm trying to see in the old Godforge Discord if anything is going off. I've just seen something crazy. MrSneakyy had to back out for work, but I came back for you. Oh, it's all good, Cody. We're at the end of the Godforge Alpha experience, but what we are doing is looking at some interesting things like this. Look at this. Boom. 2.58 billion damage. So something were bugged with her. Look at that. So I am assuming what they were doing were using Lady Shock's imprint on Brynhild. So then she's getting all the damage and stuff applied to her because it's getting removed from Achilles. And I'm assuming they must have done that by using that Simoon thing. But this is from Seltzer's Games. Seltzer Games is the one who's posted this in the Discord. So I'll be interested. But it is a thing to do with the bug, you know? So if you go back to the known bugs, you gotta remember here, the Lady Shock imprint is scaling above the expected amount. So I am assuming, because of that, this girl has our Lady Shock imprint on, and obviously the bleed's coming from this, and I'm assuming Isis is just keeping her up. I could be wrong. But I am assuming That's the way he's done it. Because he's not even negated that much damage and stuff. Yeah, it would be crazy as well. Like you say, Sparko, that I wonder if her radiance reflect was... Yeah, because that could be true, because you are reflecting 20% of the damage back, and that damage could have been amplified even more from the Lady Shock imprint, so that could be the whole thing on how they've done that, right? But this is kind of why I like going in the Discord and stuff. I'm always here. I'm going to be honest. I'm always here looking at the Discord and stuff, so... now she stays above alone. I did that too about the shocking print, but only got 120. How do you get that though? Because like I had my Brynhild in that fight and she died, so it must have been a certain build that you ran, right? Because I had her and mine dies. Like my Brynhild does not do that on her own. So you must be using some sort of set bonus to keep her alive like this, or something. Because if you just run the best stats like I did, the best stats don't keep you alive at all. Avenger gear, maybe, but is Avenger gear really gonna survive that much? Because I don't feel like she does that much damage. There you go. Cena, our right. I'm reading the chat now. I'm reading below because I know Seltzer would have explained. But look, he does. He has the Lady Shocking print. So yeah, no, I am right. He's using the Lady Shocking print to boost her up. So then, once you're at 11 stacks of bleed, you want everyone to die except Brynhild. And if you keep her radiance on the dragon, doesn't damage her, bug 1. Okay, but damage over time still damage her. So she heals from the drain from the dragon places. Her damage comes from the shock imprint, bug 2. That scales the damage like crazy. And the third bug, which I didn't have gear for, was the body set, and it buffs her damage even more. So that's what people were doing. People figured out a layering of bugs and put it all onto her, and that's how they got first, second, and third and fourth in that, which is kind of crazy. But hey, it's still what alpha is about, trying to figure out these bugs and stuff. And obviously people don't want to, you know, pass that in for one, which is fair play, I guess. Especially if you're competing, I get it. Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. That's how it works, chat. So now you know. And I'm guessing, obviously, I know Simon and those guys already know as well on how that works. So crazy bug find, but good bug find at the same time. So GG. There we go. 114 million we got here. And that was submitted by 420 Max. So big shout out to you, dude, in the community. We got max level. Oh, Builderman. Ooh, he's running something that like I were running. I were running my Beowulf. And look at that. 63 million damage on that Beowulf. Hey, I'm just saying, chat. We were onto something right at the end then when we had time to start going for this DPS race. But I think you could get rid of Shamash for Isis though. I think that is better. Having Heimdall, Isis, Beowulf. That would just make it so you just, you know, had the best kind of almost surviving team, it felt like. And then you have got these 2 slots free to figure out what you wanted to do with it. So interesting though. I missed out on Sphinx, so I'm a bit upset I didn't get Sphinx, but it is what it is. But nice good old score there. Hey, it's 9.42 million damage, but for, I'm assuming, this user here, it might be their first time beating Fafnir and putting some damage out. So if this was their first time, GG to you, my dude, for beating the old Fafnir. Let's scroll up. We've got another one. Nahirin. Beating Fafnir. Good job. Trying to see what else it is. Look at that. Woo! 996 players. And that was at... Oh my god, that was early hours. Early hours that were. Craziness. Hey, Zach joined the 1000 crew. GG, dude. You got the floor 150 kill on Faf too. Let's go. Love it. Didn't think I was going to make it. Oh my god. Shout out to God Warrior, dude. This 1000 for ranked guy. Hell yeah, dude. G fucking G to that man out there. God Warrior, what a lad. But yeah, hell yeah. Should we see what some of the photo entries look like? We did post our own photo in entry ourselves, but look at that. Let's see what some of you guys was able to create. Hey, that looks pretty cool. Almost like a mirror effect. Our queen. Our queen is sold. Hail Anubis. Hail Anubis. That would have looked so much better if just this wasn't as glary for some reason. It would have been such a sick photo. I can see the vision of him smiting him down, and he was trying to get it frame perfect, but he couldn't. Oh, hell yeah, dude. A little 3D bug. Oh, now that. I like that. That could be a... do you know what? I'm saving that. I am saving that. That deserves to win. It's that good. That is a thumbnail. That is thumbnail worthy there. Oh my lord. Look how good that is, chat. You guys impressed, man. Oh, the slam as he winds up to hit us. As he winds up to hit us, guys. Announcements. Let me look. So, it says here, that concludes Alpha Wave 3. We have had over 30,000 players. Holy shit. 1,677 players played every day of the alpha. Bro, I'm just saying, I think I was one of them. We're all degenerates, dude. We are all degenerates for doing that. Big shout out to the Hive Man and ELT, two groups that have min-maxed alpha to insane levels. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna say this myself. I wish these two groups reached out to me, because none of them reached out to me, and I would have loved to be in part of these two groups. I'm gonna be honest. I would have loved to be part of this, because I'm just saying, I think I've proven as a new blood that I am a true degenerate like you guys. You know what I mean? We are degens and proud. That's all I'm saying, right? So I'm just saying, if anyone in these two groups are watching right now, maybe shout them out and be like, yo, Sneaky wants to join, you know, one of our groups. Because, hey, I'm just saying, I think, you know, together, especially like theory crafting with a lot of the guys, we'd be able to do some even more crazier shit. So big shout out though to these two groups. These two groups doing some massive work. Two latest winners though. You got Draco and Soplin. Big shout out to these guys, dude. We have one more reward still to come. The lucky, the one person, dude. I wonder who it's going to be. This will be drawn during the live stream, starting under 50 minutes. So I don't know if it's going to start bang on 1700 for me, which is in 29 minutes or not, but we're going to see. We'll see how it goes. Complete the surveys, come into your mailboxes as it really helps us improve the game. I already do that all the time, don't you worry, guys. And any Godforge medal winners will get an email on Monday to get your info for shipping. Hell yeah, I can't wait to get my coin. I'm going to be honest, I can't wait, because that's going to be just like a video on itself, and I probably am going to use that video to reminisce on, I think, my Alpha Wave 3 experience. I'm gonna be honest, because I don't know, like, I know it's just ended, but I can't put it into words how I'm feeling. You know what I mean? Like, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to the future of what this game's gonna provide. And on top of that, oh, we got some new hero showcases here. Ayo, ayo. New hero. I like this filter system, by the way. This filter system, chat, looks pretty fire. Agree? Agree? Look at the filter system. Do we know what bugs were abused? Yeah, for the top one, it was the Brynhild, Lady Shock, and something else bug that was abused to win. We're back. Yeah, we got some new heroes here, I think. Look at that. We got, obviously, Loki here. We got this guy. This chick. And they look almost complete, because that frame looks really clean compared to something like this, which is like clearly work in progress. We've got two new heroes here. I think we know who this is, but I've forgotten her name, so apologize on my end. I don't think it's meant to be like Amaterasu or something. Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? She looks sick too. Oh, this game. Oh. Just to shout them out as well if you guys didn't realize. Oh yeah, you're right. No, yeah, that's going to be Baba Yaga, isn't it? There you are. I think you're right. That's going to be Baba Yaga. Sue just said it, but my head went, yeah, he's right. The little chicken legs. Yeah, just to shout them out if you guys didn't realize, there is new merch drops. If you beat Fafnir, you can get these. I am going to try and get one. Hopefully they don't, you know, leave too soon, because I think I get paid in 2 weeks' time. And if I get paid in 2 weeks' time, I'm instantly buying like a hoodie of the Fafnir one and the Alpha one. Oh no, it is. It's ending on Monday, so I'm not even going to be able to get one. Oh, I'm so upsetting. I really wanted to get one as well, but I can't. Fuck. And the same with the Alpha one. I want to get both of them, but I can't. So I need to get paid. Oh, that's upsetting, man. I might message Simon and just ask, can I get maybe a special privilege? I don't know. He probably said no, but I might ask, can you just like reserve one of each? I want to buy them, but I need to get paid, man. I literally get paid either on Monday as well, which is fucked up. and I can get them then, or I get paid the week after. Like, I want them. I want to continue with the photo contest stuff though for a little bit. We can kill a little bit of time with this. And also, guys, just remember, I want to hear your thoughts about the Godforge while we're waiting. This is technically already the Godforge waiting party for beta, which is kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy, but I want to see who's gonna win. You know, the podcast. There we go. That's a sick one. Yeah. I want to wait on the podcast because, like I said, I'll watch and react to it live. You know what I mean? I'm going to put it on and I'm going to tell all of you guys watching my stream now, when the podcast is on, I'm telling you, watch the podcast on a second monitor. Be one of the supporters like me and watch the stream as well. You know what I mean? Like, don't just watch it through me. Watch it as an extra tab. Even if you mute it, you can mute it. You know what I mean? But at least have the stream open, because I do obviously want to support the boys, you know, the guys at Fateless, right? While reacting to it. So just remember that. Obviously, when it goes up, it should start in hopefully 24 minutes. We've already burnt nearly 40 minutes waiting, so don't you worry. Amazing challenge and loads of combos. I can't wait to test next, Cody says. Hell yeah, I know, that's what I'm feeling, Cody. And just think, as we'll go back to the image, but just think, guys, what's been really impressive about the godforge Alpha Wave 3 and 2 and 1, we only played with so many heroes, right? What's gonna happen when we get more heroes in godforge? The more combos, the more imprint synergies, the more just like literally ways to figure out and break the game is exactly what we were looking forward to. You know what I mean? And actual working weapons and gears and passives. Yeah, but Mendez, dude, like, you understand that Alpha was designed to find those things that weren't working to fix them, right? You understand that. So I don't understand, you know, those little weird passive digs. That's all, you know. That's what I mean. Like, I just don't get them. Like, we all know Alpha is gonna have these bugs, and that's what we wanted to think. So it happens to me, dude. I farmed certain weapons like the Blood Swan. It didn't work. I had to go farm something else. That didn't work. It is what it is, right? But you gotta remember, like, at the end of the day, it is an alpha. They didn't have to put on a competition. They could have just said to us, look, we want you to test the game out and see what you're able to test, right? That's a sick image, by the way. We're saving that one too, chat. Fucking lot fire. But they didn't. They went a little bit extra, you know? So I hope the code team at Fateless is ready to fix those bugs as fast as they can. When we constantly break the game 3 months after it goes live. Oh, it would be funny. The thing is, Cody, like, I've asked Hades, and it would be really good, and maybe I'll make a video about it, and that could be what my channel is all about. Like, I honestly do want to eventually somehow work for the Fateless team. I'm gonna be honest, I do. I don't know if I'm gonna be in a big major role, but if it's able to be like part of the Q&A team, for example. Because a lot of the time in Alpha Wave 1 and in Alpha Wave 2, what I was able to do from my testing background and stuff from other games that I've tested in the past from other big companies, I was able to find, and even when they asked certain bugs, can this bug, how does it work? You know, I was able to figure it out, explain exactly how it works, replicate it, and then help in that aspect. So even if I can do that, I'd love to do that. Like, just be part of the Q&A team and help find these bugs, help replicate bugs and verify them. And then, obviously, try and help make a better game over time. But who knows, that can be the challenge. Hey, someone stole my idea! Scorro, I see you in chat. You stole my idea, dude. What are you doing? The bravest boy. You know what you've done, son. You know what you've done, son. There's only room for one dragon. You know what you've done. I created this frame. I am the creator of the one true Fafnir. I'm playing. We got some really good photos in here. I like this one too. This one looks really sick. Oh my god, that's terrifying. That's terrifying. He's coming. See that? I'm just saying, if the person pressed that arrow icon and just removed the UI, that would have been fire. No pun intended, but that would have been fire. Oh, warping space and time. Achilles is about to hit Percival, the immovable object, it seems. Master of resistance. Hey, that looks sick. That looks sick. Here we go, look, we got more of them. We got more of them. I like these ones though. I like the one Fafnir versus all. Good little trend. We might have to save it. It's just such a good picture in it. You never know, like, especially for me as a content creator, I never know. There could be these type of images that could be really good, like this one. Really good for like thumbnails and stuff, and you know, you guys have made them, so big shout out to you guys. Finding these little screenshots in game, and they're really good. Like, look at that one. And you can use like elements of it and stuff, which is cool. The Ra one, the iconic Ra slam. We got so many, holy shit. New community videos. If you guys haven't checked, I did, obviously, I think you probably have, but I did make a video with Brad yesterday night. It did make, I was a bit upset, I'll be honest about it. I was a little bit upset about the video because obviously, as you guys know, I'll put it on this one. As you guys know, I honestly put a lot of effort into that video. Like, I was just setting up the interview with Brad, going through Simon to see if he was free to do another one, and we set up everything. And as you can see how clear this is and how much, you know, like, you can tell it's not stuttery one bit. And I recorded God knows how many videos before that collab. Perfectly fine. Sponsored videos too. Perfectly fine. I record with Brad, and for some reason the video got choppy up. So it kind of upset me, I'm gonna be honest. I was a bit upset, and like I almost threw the video out, but then I was like, do you know what? Gods don't give up, do they? Legends and myths and heroes don't give up at the end of the day. And if anything has taught me anything is, why not use it as a learning curve? And that's kind of what I did. And if you watch the video, it's a really good, honestly, chat between me and Brad. I really enjoyed that. But I added a lot of editing on top. You know what I mean? I put a lot of editing on top because it was a bit upsetting to see the video chop. And even when Brad, it was messed up because Brad could see my screen. And even on my screen and stuff, it all looked perfectly fine. His camera quality was top notch, like you see in the intros and stuff. Like, it was so upsetting. And when that happened, I was like, fuck, bro. Like, what have I done? What has OBS done? But, hey, it is what it is. And we powered through it anyway. And I still think, as Skydascoro says here, the audio was good in the end. And you can still listen to it. And, you know, it's still a good watch just if you just want to listen to some Godforge content. Because I think me and Brad have a good conversation on there. You know what I mean? So definitely just go check it out if you haven't checked it out yet. Really good little video. I'm just seeing to do, because I've got some video ideas still to do. And one of them is to do with this. I am gonna there we are. Kinda. There we go. Good enough. One thing I was gonna ask, obviously it's on here. I didn't know if I wanted to do this as a video just because so many people have already done them as videos, but I guess if I do it on the channel, I've already done it. But I wanted to do a video on these. These are all the status effects in game. And obviously telling what each one do, which ones are really good to go for. But we didn't get to play with all of them. You know, like, I don't think we got to play with Morph, which was interesting that we didn't get to play with it, but we didn't. I don't think it was ready for it. What else? I didn't really see too much Cursed-based heroes too, which could be interesting. Even Banish. We didn't even see that many heroes that banished. Shinigami could do it, same with the other things Shinigami could do, but we didn't get to see stuff like this, so I am really interested in that, but I am debating to make a video guide on this or not. I was just debating. One thing I was frustrated on was looking for which main stat was on which gear piece. Yeah, always have to go through all your gears and find the main stat that you want. But you gotta remember, like, as the godforge, you know, beta comes out in a couple of months' time now, they're gonna have that in. You know what I mean? Like, just think about it this way. If we go back to that Discord image, if we bring it back up, so if you look, and I'll hide myself again, that is a filtering system just for your heroes. And I'm just saying, that's only half of it. Because if you look, over here is the scroll bar, and the scroll bar is showing you 50%. So if you scroll down here, you can see there's factions now. So you can filter by factions, and I wonder what else you can filter by as you go down. And that's just for heroes. So you can imagine if they've done this just for the heroes, you're going to be able to filter for tier 5 gear that's, you know, purple rarity and has HP percent as its, you know, main stat. I bet you'll be able to do that, but you got to remember, you know, like, in the alpha, and it is a bit shitty to say, but in the alpha, those things honestly don't matter. Those are quality of lives. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly it, Cody. Exactly it. They are adding in, they are going to be adding in all of the quality of life stuff to the game. So I wouldn't, you know what I mean? I wouldn't, you know, get hooked up on it. Like, I can guarantee they're adding stuff like that. It's going to be more interesting because I reckon the actual quality of life changes many people will want are things that they don't know about, simply because the game itself doesn't have all the content and all the mechanics in. So you might not have a way to easily, you know, go from different boss screens, maybe just easy UI navigation, for example, and all of that jazz, right? So look at that, man. here we go. We can look at this. This is what I wanted to find out. So look. I do get this. Oh, shit. Let me put myself here. So I do get this. Look at that. So look. Top 5 players of the Fateless damage leaderboard will have their usernames engraved within the diorama itself. I'm going to be honest. I was one off from that. Just think. I was one away from being in the top 5 players in that diorama. But I might still make it if there's someone called like Raid Shadow Legends, or if someone beat me that was technically a part of the Fateless team. I might still be in the top 5. I don't know. But I'm in the top 100. Which is have their usernames engraved on the base of the diorama. So no matter what, I'm in there. No matter what, I'm engraved in godforge's history. And as a noob lord of 5,000, aka MrSneakyy here, I became a pro. I'm just saying, I became a pro overnight, and this is where we're at today. You know? Yeah, if there's any Fateless team members, you know, but this is the damage leaderboard. I keep forgetting. This is the damage leaderboard. I'm not on the damage leaderboard, actually. I'm on the speed leaderboard, so I don't think I actually get on anything. Rip. Portrait frame. Scions. What's this? Yeah, so we should have this as well. So we should have the 1,000 rubies. I should have the 1,000 players, which is Fafnir's Bane. And I should be in the credits recognition then. If anything, I should have these, because this is actually only damage. I just read. Only damage. Doesn't matter if you're the fastest to do it. That's kind of upsetting, I'll be honest. But it is what it is. What's more important though is, let's see, like these are the invites. So these are all done now. The only thing left is the lucky one. The lucky one invites. I wonder who's gonna get it. It's chosen at random. So I wonder how it's done. Rewards at one-time promotional thank you. Let's see. So this is the only thing that caught most people off about the exploiting one here. There's no honoring cheating, but guess what? The top dogs all cheated to get the top. So there is honor in this competition. Because you had to. You had to, man. Otherwise, how else are you going to get there? I don't know. I do not know. So what we are going to do... Here we go. And then it's the live podcast. We're here. We can see it all. And what I'll do now, since we've got time to do it, there we go. So you guys now are on screen, so you guys can see, I can experience this together. Put that there. Let's go, guys. godforge Fateless. Love it. I love how I'm typing on my MrSneakyy gaming account so it won't like my main. Oh yeah, no, it's all good. Like I said, I'm just gonna be watching this and live reacting, and once the reaction's over, guys, the reaction's over, I'm probably gonna be ending stream there. So it's all just a live reaction just to kind of finish off, I would call, today's experience. And like I say, it'd be cool to see live reaction on all of this, and maybe it could be a video, who knows, maybe I'm making like a highlight video, I don't know, but definitely gonna be listening along and that. So hopefully, guys, you've enjoyed the good old stream, you've enjoyed what we've provided here, and I can't wait for more content to drop for you guys soon. It's gonna be fun. Get that there. I want to put this on this screen so I can see. Yeah, we're all framed, right? I'm like, this is gonna feel like an eternity. This is what everyone's gonna feel like now. Alpha Wave 1, 2, and 3 went quite nice. You know, like, they were quite a couple of weeks within each other. This one, oh my lord, I'm out. It's gonna be a nasty one. We're waiting. Less than a minute to go, chat. I'm gonna turn up the audio. I'm gonna pause the music. Pause the music. Let it play. Let's see what is going to happen. Let's see who the lucky winner is live. And see what else is gonna go on. I'm actually excited. I'm excited to see what's gonna be announced, man. And we should see, I think, maybe Lyco and some of the others in the race too. So kind of cool. As long as they're not on Hell Hades gaming stream schedule 20 minutes late, that is true. They shouldn't be. If anything, there might be maybe a 1 or 2 minutes late, but they shouldn't be, because this is something that you got to think they've prepped this. This has been in the schedule, the timeline. This is like, for them, the finish line. This is the finish line for them, for this for experience, before they can go out there and start to like fully continue fixing on the game and focus more on the game. So it's only a month away. That'd be crazy. Imagine Charlemagne. The only time you can play the godforge is 1 month from now. joking. I'm joking. No, imagine like the only way you can participate in beta is if you sell your soul to Hades himself. Like you had to sign a blood pact. You had to, you know, sign your life away. It'd be crazy. Ragewood said, "Wouldn't thanks to Hive Mind." It's true. I was a one-man army, guys. I was a one-man army compared to a Hive Mind, and I finished with speed. Look at that. Over 99 people waiting, guys. 99 people are waiting. It's got to be starting any time soon. Simon's probably the one running late. Simon definitely running late here.
Podcast, we've got some of the winners from
here we go.
Alpha Wave
We're
3
here.
event. In with us, chatting away. We've got Sham here from the Fateless crew as
here
well.
We go.
Sham, how you doing?
What's
Let's go.
on, I'm super psyched to be here and to.
Can you guys hear it fine as well?
Winners, man. So super cool. All the impressive and amazing dedication, honestly, that you guys have all done, but in particular you guys.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Like, I think when we first decided to do the caverns as our alpha experience, we wanted to have.
Look at that. I think that Hercules picture won the wave contest. The wave photo contest.
Along the way. And yeah, I mean, I've chatted to a bunch of the guys here already today, actually, as we've kind of like, as we started to find people getting their top spots and finding these two different groups of like elite players. But yeah, I mean, I guess from an alpha experience, before we jump into the winners here, what's your kind of like vibe, Sham? You know, it's been 2 months for us as a grind, but how you feeling?
I mean, you know, we've been in it together this whole time. It's been awesome. Like, you know, we started to kind of do some of the analytics and start to see, you know, how many people wanted to play, how much you guys were getting involved and really min-maxing, and you know.
I find it unfair that I'm gonna type this. I find it
and then trying to like get to the very end. I mean, it's really evolved. Like that's what's been so cool for me, because you know, when we first planned the 3 stages, it's like, okay, this is cool. You know, we can test with a small group, and then a medium group, and then a big group was like the first, you know, thing. And then it was like, actually, we want to test, you know, these different elements. And what's been most fun for me is how much has changed per group, right? You know, different strategies, different heroes. You know, we've plugged a couple of holes where there's bugs, and then it's like, oh, there's something over here, and we get that.
Not wrong. And, he is not wrong.
Overall, we nailed it from a this is fun. At least that's how I felt.
Yeah.
Like I've been playing personally a lot, to be honest.
Same, yeah.
Right. But you guys, I mean, yeah, the community has just been, it's just been impressive. It's been inspiring. Like it you know, a little bit emotional, if I'm honest. Like to see this many people.
I mean, the first day, I think, for us launching Alpha 1 was really emotional in terms of like over 2 years of work, getting to a point where people could actually play the game. And then for Alpha 3, where it's like, well, the game's a little bit more polished now. So still bugs and stuff, don't get me wrong. Like, there's still plenty of bugs, but the game was feeling more polished and started to get towards a point where, you know, people were now really experiencing, I guess, what we was expecting the game to feel like. And
yeah, I will say that the Fateless with
who came
2
traps absolutely flying. We really tried to make this not achievable in 24 hours. Like Alpha Wave 3, we made harder, like by a decent amount, I'd say.
Yeah, I smashed it all in 24.
Allow legendary drops or anywhere near as many so early. So I guess Lyco, is it Lyco or Lyco? How do you pronounce the name?
You can call me Lyco.
Lyco, yeah. Okay, so I just I guess give us a little bit of background to yourself.
I love Lyco, man.
Yeah.
Lyco's the one who helped me out a bit in the
24
star
hours.
challenges.
Well, I play a lot of gacha games. Typically, I just do like free-to-play stuff and try to push as far as I can as like a non-premium player.
Yeah, I think that too, Scorer.
Really,
the speed
I came in with a
of
strategy
updates was really good.
Units that were definitively accessible, and then I had a list of legendaries and epics that I planned on using, and the legendaries I didn't want to get being like Hell, Isis, Loki, and then I proceeded to get Hell, Isis, and Loki.
Oh, okay.
But it really felt like pushing through the cavern just felt like determining when the best time to pivot was from farming to pushing, because a lot of players would get brick walled.
Yeah, this is one thing on my live stream I did
so
live.
whenever I'd see someone get brick walled at a certain point, especially if it was in range of me, I would transition to farming immediately, because I knew pushing hard from where I was just going to hit that next brick wall.
Yeah, and the funny thing was, like, I mean, obviously you went hard, and you, did you get the Did you get the Zeus tech quite early?
Oh yeah, I got Zeus at 136.
Yeah, I mean
130. That's pretty late.
I mean, that's fairly late, but
Yeah, I got him super early.
Zeus I found when I picked him up. Yeah, I was actually already at 148 when I got Zeus.
Okay.
And that was a tough level. 148 was tough.
Mm-hmm.
But then I put Zeus in, I was like, hold on a minute, I'm cruised through.
Zeus was kind of like an 8-hour cheat code, where he was like the equivalent of getting 8 more hours of farming on your account, or being 8 hours ahead of everybody else, roughly, is kind of what it felt like it broke down to.
Yeah.
Because you could re-roll, and you could keep trying
It's
to
not wrong.
one on enemies and like kill whatever the primary target was, and you could just do that over and over again to try to maximize your results. And so it really let you push much further than people who weren't fortunate enough to get him early.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you? So what was your early tech then? So like, I'm interested to like, did you really lean into rares? Did you really lean into like what epics did you lean into? And like, I mean, like you said, you transitioned to farming, but was it farming heroes or gear, or probably heroes? But like,
Weapons were actually the first thing I started farming. Whatever characters landed, I knew that you have characters like Hound of Duat and Brunhild, who were
You got him at
really good
140. I'm not gonna lie, in my speed run, I got him to on stage like 75 or something.
Incredible for controlling. Guan Yu.
But yeah, the thing is with my run is, even though I got Zeus so early on, he didn't win me the run because I didn't understand the need.
Waves, and I was thinking, I'm not sure about that. Like,
I didn't need like the damage. I needed the control, and without the control, I wouldn't have beaten it.
I'm not sure about this kit, but yeah, I mean Yeah, anyway, sorry, like carry on.
Yeah, it's so we knew the biggest bottlenecks coming in were gonna be. I didn't know how crazy 120 was gonna be, to be honest. But we knew that Guan Yu was by far the best tool to deal with these bosses, especially with the understanding that dots were going to do 80% less damage, supposedly.
Yeah.
So really strategized around the idea of using this character, and there were some internal synergies with like Osiris or Green Knight specifically, so you didn't have to waste time doing the drain and just trying to push as many attacks with Guan Yu onto the target as possible.
Yeah, that's
and
also
so that allowed us to hit way out of our like current level.
So if you had then a point where you really like got stuck, what was that? Obviously you were playing for 24 hours, but I guess you must have played most of those hours to be able to have got over the line.
Yeah, I played most of my hours. All my hours are live.
And I just went back and I farmed some Thunderbolts for the max HP damage.
Yeah.
Passed it, saw other people getting roadblocked at like the 130s. Then I decided I would auto farm some champions, see if I could improve my roster, and I went to sleep.
Right. Okay. Okay. So you did do some farming. You did have some sleeping time, and then basically came back for the home run.
Yeah, it's pretty much what I did too.
What about you, Fusion? So like to kind of like to talk about the stage level, since you were able to get that second slot. How quick after it was? I'm forgetting. And like, was your strategy pretty similar, and you know, characters pretty similar, or how did that go?
Yeah, I think our characters were relatively similar. In the Hive Mind, we were for the week before, we were already trying to break down everything we learned from Alpha 2 and figuring out what was good, what was bad. We had all the spreadsheets out and we were going over it again and again. And we ended up with the fact that 120 is sort of going to be the hard block. And Guan Yu with his basic attack doing the max HP damage was sort of the way to go. But to build him to be enough damage early on, we couldn't really put much accuracy on him. So that's where the Green Knight sort of like filled that role. And then in doing so, we realized that, wait a minute, his taunt can actually like give you a couple of extra turns on the golem.
See, I didn't need to do that. I'm not gonna lie, I did not need to use that taunt bug. Does that make me a better player? I don't know. But I didn't use the Green Knight taunt bug on it. I just used bleed and killed it as intended with proper gear, using the mechanics, and I beat it. Literally, like, it wasn't even that hard.
This Pantheon for that's just recently formed. Maybe shout out the who started the Pantheon and that type of stuff.
I wouldn't really say any singular person started. It was basically from the Alpha Wave 2, we all just ended up going to the Alpha voice chat in the official Discord, and we all just were like-minded individuals. We all made friends, and that community sort of brought us back every day to like keep on pushing, keep on figuring out new things, helping the new players come in. And from that,
yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I wish I was part of this community here, because I was doing this on my own. And if I could have had anyone in my back corner just helping me like this, I feel like I'd would have enjoyed it even more.
We didn't really have like any particular person in mind of who was gonna win. It was more if any one of us.
Yeah, that's what I mean. People, I think I did probably some of the best things compared to the others, but that's just me. Like, I beat all of 151 without abusing a single bug at all. Like, I just played the game and I farmed the game, and it was all live played. So it would have been nice if I got recognized for that, but I don't think I'll ever get recognized for it. I'm gonna be real.
Just carry on, just keep doing it. I mean, I think at one point I was up for 40 hours non-stop just trying to maximize everything because I wasn't getting the RNG. So I said, well, I can persevere longer than the rest. So I just kept on hitting my wall at it. But if those guys weren't there with me and sort of helping me get to the end, I probably wouldn't be sitting in this chat right now.
That's amazing.
That's cool. It's actually really cool to see not just the guys from Hive Mind, but I know we've got the guys from ELT here as well. It's cool to see these groups forming already around this game, really because of the depth that we've been able to bring into the game, and a lot of that comes from the imprints and some of the different like team combinations. So I guess maybe we move on to just trying to think who was. Sorry, say again.
Well, so real quick, I was gonna say, Chloe just reminded me, and this is a good call. I don't think that we can see who all's in the chat, so maybe we just do a quick introduction of everybody that did win.
Oh yeah,
and as well. So yeah, the two that we just spoke to, we got Leiko, I guess we said, and Fusion with a PH. You guys can all check it out. Anyone who doesn't want to wait for me to say it, you can go to godforge.gg and you can check it out right there. But so we've got Leiko and Fusion. They won on the stages. They were able to rush to to stage 150 and complete that the fastest. They were the top two. And then we've got Unbound, Sage, and Paradox, and they were able to actually
Sage. I love Sage. Me and Sage chatted a bit.
300 stars.
Yeah, it was actually 298, wasn't it? 298 star challenges, because 2 were kind of bugged, albeit. But I think it was actually Papa Tez. Papa Tez who was the second winner.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So it was actually Unbound Sage. I was call it out, and then Papa Tez was the second one who was able to, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong here, to get the challenge level done. Yep.
Yeah.
And then the final 2 were for the final boss damage.
Big Papa, GG Papa Tez. I didn't realize, bro.
Was Draco Joker.
GG.
I guess Soplin. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But yeah, so that's everybody that we're chatting with. Just want to make sure that we had that.
Yeah, thanks. That's a good point. Actually, we don't have everyone on camera. I forgot we don't have everyone on camera. But let's have a quick look at just the leaderboards here, because I know. In fact, maybe we just jump to the final damage quickly, because we looked at the beginning of the day, and really trying to think where we were at. We were at something like, I don't know, maybe like 300 mil at the beginning of the day, and it's actually Sham, Dan, and I had a kind of like side bet before the alpha started. We're like, how much damage do we think people are going to get done? And Sham, do you remember your number?
Kind of gloating at that point.
Were you like 250 or something like that? I think you were about.
They fought.
I got this. Look how perfectly I've analyzed this, and then
I said I thought maybe 500 mil would be the damage, because I was sure there would be something that would come.
Look, even Miss Hillary, all the way up there. So like, even she's part of one of these groups, and I'm like, bro, why am I not part of these groups, man? I've been helping so many people in my spare time, and I don't get invited. I'm kind of upset. I'm not gonna lie.
Towards like the final, really 2 hours. And we started to see some crazy strats coming out. Maybe have we got Draco in the chat as well?
Yeah.
Draco, talk us through this insane number and team that you put together.
Well, so one thing, kind of at the beginning, what we were doing was kind of like the strategy most people knew about involving Bryn and Achilles and Shamash, where you would apply the bleeds and then let the Shamash die and Achilles, and then you would essentially solo it until the end, where we were getting, I think, my run on that was about 135 million, give or take.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, interesting enough, Hell Hades did the announcement with the Zoc bleed.
Yeah.
And I mentioned it in the group chat, and one of my groupies threw that into our strategy, and he started running it, and it looked like it was working, which it did. So then what I did essentially was I got the basic stats, and then I looked at the gear I had, and I think, because like Black Wolf technically got first before I did.
Sure.
So I ended up comparing the numbers, and I think what made the difference between our numbers is that essentially I used more defense, and mine was a little faster. But really, it was a whole group effort. Like, it took all of us to do it.
That's what I mean, man. I don't know how I feel about it. I get it, but I don't know how I feel about it.
To say, look, there's a known bug with the Lady Shock.
Because, like, if you think about it, right, we're all competing for the leaderboard, especially me other times and stuff, but then there's, like, groups of players that are sharing information only between themselves and not other players. Like, I just kind of find that a bit, I don't know.
It ended up being a solo run in effect, right? So you kind of had the bleeds went on, and then with this bug to this imprint, which basically seemed to make people infinitely scale with the bleed damage. You just had Brunhild, the unlikely epic Brunhild coming in to be, the
champion of our intro. Like, don't forget, she's always been here.
And one of the things I also did was I didn't quite have enough accuracy. I think I was at 192.
Yeah.
So I ended up throwing in Odin in the leader position to get that additional 70 accuracy.
Okay.
And I had no gear on him. The whole point of Odin was just to get that leader bonus. I
love that Odin has done to get a place on the diorama, and he literally just stood there as an aura. That's all he was.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny. Yeah. It's kind of funny.
Did you even have gear on him, Draco?
No, Odin had no gear at all.
So we have a naked
literally
all
trying to-
father on the diagram.
So is
Naked
Naked old farmer. Yes.
We've been talking about that actually.
Yeah.
We were like going and like looking through the data and like making sure that number one, the bug that we basically agreed, hey, this is actually an exploit where you could copy the gear, that wasn't used. So we were double checking that, and we're like, why does he have a naked Odin? Like, is it like a charm thing? Like, something else broken? We couldn't figure it out, and then we just hopped in and to the chat, and you guys were like, no, he's just there for the accuracy.
I would just want to say something about the Jacques passive being broken. I don't think we, as the Hive Mind, can sort of claim that as what we found. The community actually as a whole on the 151 channel, they were constantly posting things about what they found and the anomalies that they found. And most of our knowledge we got was basically just from trolling that and testing all of those things and putting multiple layers of what everybody else found. So, I mean, thank you to everybody who actually posted in there, because you helped everyone and the game at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's awesome to see this kind of like collaborative event, really. Where,
Not wrong.
And I saw it a lot in Alpha Wave 2 when it was like a non-competition event where everyone was just kind of like sharing information, sharing strats. And obviously when it gets to a competition, it gets a little bit more guarded, I guess, because you're like, well, actually, I want to come top. And, I might hold on to some of the secret sauce a little bit closer. But it's actually been really, really fun to just see you guys find out how to break this game. I'm so pleased we ended up putting on this 500 turn limit, because, we just saw from Alpha 1 and 2, we think we've got the big bugs done, but then there was always going to be something else that we just hadn't quite caught yet. I would just love to jump to Papa Tez. I know you were one of the people as well that kind of like hit the challenge side hard and was one of the people that kind of like managed to push that end. Was that always like in your plan? I know that you played sort of Alpha 2 pretty hard as well.
It actually was like, I was thinking with it in the back of my mind, and I would say I have to count a lot of that to Unbound Sage, because he was just constantly saying, hey, just maybe you should think about, like, if you don't get Zeus, if you don't get to the 151, because I was pushing for the 151 for sure, and I think at a point or two I was even in the lead, but I also didn't have Zeus. And then I just kind of like lagged behind because I got kind of gated after like 120.
Yeah.
And then
I'm feeling this.
They get Zeus and they just fly up. I'm like, dude, what is this? They were like 90 and like 100. They flew like 50 stages. I'm like, what the world, man? All right. So then, like, what I did at the beginning was
not wrong,
like,
Tez.
okay, I'm gonna get as many easy stars as I could, and I can also kind of like count that to Leko, right? Because he was mentioning that too. It's like, hey, just go after the easy stars, get things done that you can get done while still pushing. And then once they finished with the 151, I said, let me go ahead and get 151 done so that I can set myself up to start farming so that I can start pushing for the stars. And that's at the point where I started pushing the stars. And in order to actually get the last star done, I was actually like out and about. And I was like on a doing like a little miniature, like I was doing something like that was on a stage, and I got the phone call that like,
I love it.
Get home right now. We figured out 152. So they literally put in the work to figure out kind of like those last stages so that I could actually I went home and they helped me.
That's what I mean. I'm just gonna be honest. I do wish I was part of this team, man, because like I would have pushed so much harder. But being by myself, I'm gonna be honest, it's so hard.
I don't know if it was like necessarily hard, but it was like 149, which was one of the bug stages.
Right.
Because I did it. Because I did it multiple times, and I was like, why is it not working? And then I was told, it's like, okay, just keep trying at it, and then. That was like, so I was at 297 at that point.
Yeah, that's what I mean, man. Like, I'm just being honest, like, GG to them all, but I'm just saying, like, as someone who's never played these games before, I've come in by myself, no one would work with me, even though these groups formed and could see that, hey, I'm a good player and I was competing and stuff.
They were hard.
but they would
Like,
work
what was
together,
it?
not to share information out to others and then pass it to them so they could get winners they want. Do you know what I mean?
142 with the TN team.
Mm-hmm.
That was incredible.
Yeah,
As far as I'm aware,
what is
no one
that
else
team?
did it.
So if you want me to talk a bit, I was going for the stars from day one. You can ask anyone in the alpha voice chat. I was making it very clear.
Of the plan?
Yeah, of the plan TM, and yeah, you can.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The accomplishment does. Like, I don't care. Like, I think, honestly, to me, and this is just me, I just think I've done better than all of these guys. That's me. Like, on my own, I came safe and nearly finished top 2 if I didn't sleep. I'll be honest. If I didn't sleep, as long as I slept, I'd been up there, and that was all on my own. You know, I think out of anyone, yeah, man, like no one can take away my accomplishment as like a newcomer into it. So I am proud of it. It's just annoying, you know what I mean? Annoying for someone who is solo, who is trying, and then there's a whole group that's working together. And like, what's even more annoying is like some of the people in that group I helped as well, even in my live streams and their live streams, you know what I mean? So that's probably the bit what's kind of a bit more of a bad taste in my mouth, maybe. But that's probably it.
And then there's also when Shinigami is Awakened 5, there's a chance to put Banish on the target.
Yeah.
So like things like Hercules, stay dead. Things like, you know, stopping the Shamash revive is really big, and in these later waves that becomes a big pain point. And the ultimate puts on Drain, which is a Guan Yu enabler. So, and then both Guan Yu and Shinigami were in the 142 stage. So my big
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, with a lot of the people I see in these different groups too, and I helped some of them as well. And like, they didn't say, "Oh, do you want to join this group?" I'd have been like, "Yeah, 100%." You know, like
the whole challenge like idea. Because basically, you know,
and it's fucked up because it's like other CCs got invited in, but they don't invite like me. Do you know what I mean? This is how it felt like though from the beginning. Like I've always felt like I'm the outsider coming in, and I need to somehow prove to everyone that like, look, I'm fucking good at these games, and I'm gonna be probably one of the best at these games. But
whereas this time around, it was like, no,
it is what it is, you know.
Finish these star challenges, and people are finding some of those cool rares that can really do some work. And I particularly love that Maria Marevna came out of the woodwork as a great carry, and Shinigami
can't touch Maria.
These rares which actually can just pack a punch and do a good job, but against particular opponents. I thought that was very cool.
Shinigami. Just to finish the thought though.
Yeah.
Shinigami performed excellently, and then I actually cleared 142 with a Shinigami, Guan Yu, Shishi, and Musashi.
Nice. That's a good team.
You only have 6 choices with the way it's written. And then when I cleared it and didn't get the 2 stars,
you didn't get the 2-star, yeah.
I was quite concerned. And Fusion here actually screwed my head on straight. Like, hey, it's probably a typo. How about you try other built factions that you have? And then we tried Asgard pretty early for the pretty powerful heroes. It turned out that was the 2-star answer.
Wow.
I do want to know how they did the one.
I'm just gonna try.
Was it 148? I am curious how they did 148.
Everyone like else around you, everyone in the hive mind can be okay. You pick this faction, you pick that faction, and you basically do 10 hours of work in 45 minutes.
Yeah.
They told me to around the same time. They basically told me, they say, look, 142 it's RNG, but 149 is RNG, and you have it. They said go beat your head against it until you get it, and it took me.
What was the deal with 149? Tell us what you had to do.
Yeah.
We don't know.
So basically, we don't know. It's just, you know, we cleared the stage, but basically 149 was to clear without any buffs going up, and also no defense down.
Oh yeah. So we looked of house on this, right? So basically the way the game's coded is that some passive abilities, so you know, sometimes when you see debuffs and buffs go up and there's like a gap, It happened a lot in wave 1, but we fixed most of them. You see, actually, my Achilles has got one right now. He's got like a gap at the front.
Oh.
Passive. The game's seeing that as a buff. And
oh, that makes sense, bro.
Actually done it. Yeah, sorry,
I just had to do it over and over again. That was it. It literally was. I had to do it over. So like I tested it. I had it recorded.
With the same team, or over and over again with where you're just like, I'm gonna try to same team. Interesting.
Same team. So I didn't have like any buffs, and it basically was Zeus clearing it, and just going through and just making sure Zeus did not have the A1, and I got the Zeus late also too. So.
Yeah.
That's insane. It's up. Yeah, it's insane.
We're like, all right, I've got Zeus. I want Zeus to clear so no one else does anything. That's basically what you tried to do. Is that kind of what I'm hearing?
Yeah, so it was kind of like bringing in control. So again, Odin, we love Odin. Odin came in and he was basically like controlling the waves for me, just so that I wouldn't have to worry about any of that. And then basically kind of pamper them down with others, and then just go ahead and take them out with Zeus. That was pretty much the strat.
And tell us the story.
I wanted to know about.
I guess
It's A148.
I guess you talked, broadly about this, but you weren't very specific. You said you were called out. They brought you home, so that you could play, that you could get this done.
Yeah. So basically, I was like right there. So I was at 296 basically, and so I got to 296. I was trying to beat my head against the wall between either 240, 242. 240, 248, 249, 250. That's where I was beating my head up against the wall, and I'm like, okay, so I think I ended up getting 248 done, I believe. Yeah, 248. 249 was the one that I got done. So when I woke up in the morning, they said, look, we've cleared it. This is like 5, 6 in the morning. These guys have been sleeping. And I'm
The true degens.
Let me just go in and clear it. So they were all working on like other stuff, trying to clear the stage, trying to figure out a 150 comp to clear it. And I just cleared 249. Then I went on my way. Like I basically was going for a religious gathering basically. And so while I was there, that's when they were doing all the testing and trying to figure out 242, since Sage had essentially did it but didn't get the star. So each of them just chose a faction, cleared it, and then we're just like, I get the phone call from Pawn, and he's like. And he puts on the sultry voice and everything. He's just like, Tez, get home right now. Exactly. He says we basically think if you get home within the hour, you're going to Vegas. So we need you to get home right
That's what I
now
mean, man.
and clear the stage. And
I'm upset about that.
Fusion basically kind of like took over and did.
That's what I mean. The group got him there, man.
I was doing all the steps like properly. So big shout out to all of the Hive Mind for actually doing that.
Yeah,
that's very cool.
Super cool.
That's so insane, though. This is what I'm looking forward to, though, right? The fact that this game is going to be creating these pantheons, these guilds that we can be part of, and everyone's going to be working like this together. I'm looking forward to it.
Frenemies, no. Hey, I guess we'll see how it goes. I think it's gonna be. I think more or less, I think we'll be able to have fun, back and forth, and just challenge each other to different things, and just keep pushing each other to be better, and also continue to find ways to make the game better, the community better, and things like that.
Yeah, most of the ELT guys have just been like really polite and super fun, especially Zav. He's very helpful, and he's just been really good at just assisting people and just being like a positive force. So I think just people with similar goals in different groups. That's all.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
In my perspective, it's not like per se enemy. We're all friends. It's just we have that competitiveness. Nice. Like for instance, Unbound. Like I talk to Unbound a lot throughout this wave, and like I love the dude. I can't wait till I can hear the whole breakdown of his plan, of the plan.
The plan, yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. Something I'm a little bit sad about is. Up until this morning, I thought we were going to have Bork as one of the, the final heroes on the diorama, because Bork was just kind of like I don't know, taking names really. Like it was absolutely unleashing all sorts of craziness.
Yeah,
in the
Bork's
squad.
imprint was
But I
insane.
guess it'd be cool just to go through the group. Yeah, who was your standout? I guess heroes that almost like the unsold heroes. You know, the ones that they're not the names that are called out every second, but the ones that kind of like either carried you through a specific bit of content or I don't know, you just got an affinity for. So I guess Lyko, let's start with you.
Actually, I have two I'd like to call out. One is someone who's been criticized for not being very good or for being weak on multiple podcasts, actually. And that's Dracula. He is incredible on Fafnir. He does one wording change on his ultimate to not strip the bleeds off the boss, and he's a perfect Fafnir champion. He reflects, he cleanses, he gives you healing, he stacks bleed, he's very survivable. If he gets randomly one shot, he comes back. He just provides every tool you want in one consolidated package. So I want to be clear, he's not weak by any means. He's one of the best possible characters on the fight. But
Nice.
Simon actually called out the secret weapon, the character I was most excited about and hoping to see on the diorama, and that was the Bauk. Bauk, and he was only working at half power even. His debuff transfer wasn't functioning. He's such a cool character. He keeps buffs up forever. He redirects debuffs so that he isn't dying from them. He attacks repeatedly. He's a max HP character. He's eternal, so he strong hits. He's so cool. He does so much.
Yeah,
it's
maybe he'll make it off to like the sides or something. We'll see. Because he's just such a cool character. I'm like, man, like how do we get rid of it?
It's like a very small aside. I'm sorry for the small tangent. I genuinely love how efficacious the rares are in this game. They have really like channeled kits that are so fun to play with, and they're so useful to build around. I'm so grateful that we had the opportunity to use these like not particularly like or these more novel characters to do such fun things with. It's something that I really enjoy the most about this game so far.
And what's funny, I mean, this is like a third of the heroes we're going to be launching with. So in our main build, we've got about 180 in the build right now. So we've kind of like moved so far beyond alpha, whilst we've been doing the alpha, and it's actually cool to start to see all of these different things go beyond what you guys are seeing already. But let's jump to Unbound Sage. How about yourself? Any ones that stood out for you?
I mean, I will tell you this. 148 is a very difficult Sage to 2-star. And without the absolute cannon that is Lady Jacques' ultimate, it would have been a lot more difficult. It is very, very powerful. And then for 143, it's 2 Chaos Heroes. And the particularly hard thing about that is on Wave 2, there is a Raw that has Ward 2. So if you just want to kill him because he's the damage dealer, he absorbs both of your blows from your 2 heroes that you have.
Yeah. And
if you try to go for like a slower comp, there's an Isis there that really, if you slow down, she's gonna like set up shop and really like muck up the whole fight. And Mordred's A1 places Corrupt.
Yes.
And that I don't know if it's working as intended, but it does strip the ward away. And that was the only way I could clear it without Anubis. So Mordred's A1 in particular, a lot of people talk about the A2 on Mordred, or sorry, the basic versus core. A lot of people talk about the core on Mordred, but the A1 was the only way I could ever beat 143, which is with 2 Chaos Heroes, without Anubis.
I'm surprised they're letting this Buddha guy keep chatting. I'm not gonna lie, like, where's the guy to,
hero to get to 150? Like,
where's the mute or something, man? Get the guy out the chat.
I think actually Confuse is really fun, but also like really good crowd control. But yeah, I just and for the same reason you said there was a couple of the Isis waves where I was using both Isis and Mordred as basically buff strippers, just to try and keep the buff levels down, so I could actually get some damage done and not get those men's away. So I love that.
I was Team Scotty for CC, man. I lived and died by Scotty.
So my comp from like the 140s, I said I was using Shinigami and Guan Yu. I had a lot of damage, but my other 2 slots were actually Mordred and Scotty for that entire thing.
Right.
Because if I can't kill you, I will control you until it's your turn, right? Like.
Oh, sorry, you're frozen.
Exactly.
We'll talk later.
So,
yeah,
that's right.
Maybe let's jump to Fusion. Have you got any others that we've?
What was that?
Used a ton.
just to if I can't kill you, I will control you until it's
Yep.
your turn, right? Like,
Oh, sorry, you're frozen.
Exactly.
We'll talk later.
So,
Yeah.
that's right.
As if, I'm not going to get through it. He's not going to get through it immediately. But I went back and I got Maria Marevna. I couldn't get past wave 3 on 149 because 2 ISIS busy putting all of the buffs on. I was not breaking through that with
How you doing, Aaron?
I basically
Welcome. We're just watching a live godforge before it might be coming up to the end, but we've still got to announce who might be the last winner of the ticket. So
I pushed the core and it was a delete button.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Which is cool as well, right? So I don't think there was much talk about Maria Marevna in Alpha Wave 1 and 2 because people just had basically had legendaries so early, and I think most people probably that got to that stage.
you good? Yeah, I'm good, man.
Already had a Zeus.
I'm
or
good.
Had, some of the other ones which were pretty busted at the
A
time.
little bit disheartened, but you know, still proud of what I was able to achieve. You know what I mean?
Pack a punch. So, it was really
So it's just
cool
one of
to see,
them.
actually. Yeah. How about you, Draco?
I would say probably like the hero I used the most and like my MVP also helped me get the win was Brynn. I actually got her really early on, and like she has the A1 that has the attack down, which helps with bosses. She has her ultimate that does the shield and reflect damage, and then the A2 with the defense up. Like there was even moments, like people may not believe this, but there were moments I even used her instead of Heimdall.
You wasn't even planning to get stage 151? Really? That's interesting.
Like
Yeah, I wanted to race the 151, which I did, and anything else I did was a bonus. But then I had these guys that technically won here telling me to push and keep pushing, which I did do. But then these same guys jumped into a group chat and started like helping each other, and like I was kind of left out to solo it. So you know what I mean? So I just went into that route which you did then. I just started to learn these kits on the last few days and see what I could learn in Godforge. So then, especially like today's stream, you'd see the same thing where I was learning, you know, like the damage to do for Fafnir and stuff like that. So
and I landed in 8th. So I didn't have the time to go and build another character.
I couldn't compete, which is upsetting on the star one. Because I was farming, and not a single farm on heroes. I got a Sphinx drop, which is just crazy.
There was a little bit of luck, you know, with his A1, but I pretty much DPS through the rest of the way because those slots in the top 10 were starting to fill up fast, so I knew I just needed to fly through it from there.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Makes sense. And what about you, Papa Tez?
For me, it's actually one that was already mentioned, which it was actually Guan Yu. It was actually Guan Yu for me.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know why it won't let me
on my
type
little
in that
highlights, I
message.
said I'm picking Lady Jock at the start. I don't care what anybody says. I'm picking Lady Jock. I don't care if Guan Yu's the best, and I'm gonna push through.
Yeah.
And I made the switch to Guan Yu kind of a little bit later, and he just helped so much, especially like especially once I hit 120. That was big for me. Another one for me was Quetz. So I got Quetz a little.
Yeah,
bit later,
Cuticle was my
but
major carry.
brings the
I actually
speed
think
up,
the speed and Zeus were the speed and heals was so good.
My gear farming early on was just atrocious. Like I was not getting any of the stats. Like I finally got like just probably like within the last 2 days, I got speed boots with correct crit damage. I got an attack percentage 5-star, gold chest piece with attack. And crit damage, attack percentage. I'm like, where were all these drops when I was pushing? And so he just kind of like made up for a lot of those little things that I had in there. And besides that, there was one other. Who was it? I guess I could say.
Don't say
it still was
Aphrodite.
similar. I won't say Aphrodite as much as I love Aphrodite. She's the best, but. Definitely was Mordred for me, but I kind of chose Mordred from the start, even since like the last wave, it was one of those where I hit the wall and I saw how hard they were.
You never got
this time,
Zeus, so
and I
get into
said, I am not
151
fooling
became
with
with
this
I could
wave,
do
and
it
then I'm
without
just
his
gonna keep
damage.
working
A lot of
over it,
people could
and
do it
second
without
week,
Zeus
so we
because of like
both doing the same
Beowulf.
thing with the
Beowulf
computers,
did
making good
loads,
use of the
mate.
charm, making good use of that A1 corrupt.
Aphrodite's
Just,
awful? Nah,
really
I liked
really
Aphrodite.
push through and not only get some
You
of the
gotta
stars,
to play
but also
Aphrodite.
had
You
to
need
push all the way
two
to
other
level
heroes that can self-sustain the
Where's the
team.
Sphinx love, guys?
But if you
I feel
went,
like Sphinx was just
if you
like,
went down
I
like
mean,
Aphrodite plus
so good.
In all honesty, Sphinx was my gold battery.
like Gilgamesh
So
or Zeus or
once we,
Beowulf.
you know,
The
figured
whole
out the
point
layout
of
things as far as,
Aphrodite is to extend your
and then
damage
also
dealers to
using
get
a
technically
arena.
like an extra turn because of the extra attacks that you
was in the
get.
middle of a run,
And you
I
play
was
more of a
going for
nuke style,
100K,
so
bounty on level 60 Golden Guardian.
yeah, Zeus
And
was
at,
really
like,
good, but super
87K,
squishy.
it,
Like if you used Zeus on like Fafnir, you got to see what he was about, where he could deal damage, but you'll realize Zeus was just too squishy. Like he just died too often all the time, so you couldn't get advantage in that area unless you built him in a weird way, basically, in order to get it off. So
a big old cannon, or you can go, you know, you can go tons of accuracy and go the other way and make her. You still gotta keep her tanky if you're gonna be real, but. She was I basically had her and I had her and Shamash, and she was my once I got her and I had Hercules, I just had them kind of like ally attacking. It was I actually never got, well, not never, I got Zeus on the last day basically, and I was like, all right, thanks Zeus, thanks for showing up, buddy. Appreciate the love.
Important
Yeah,
note:
I actually
no
got
top
sick.
team use Zeus.
No, that's it. I mean, I thought originally it was going to be.
yeah, no, I think you're looking at her wrong.
Plus some sort of bleed
She has
on,
super high impact
and then
abilities.
maybe- and then basically 3 people that would keep.
Because you can again like
That's what I thought it was going to end up
if you're
being.
using someone like Zeus, not even Zeus, let's just say like Hercules, you can use Hercules and press his A1 and AoE the entire wave and almost kill them and put acid down. And if you just combo him with Aphrodite, most likely you're gonna one-shot the wave. You could use Aphrodite as well with like Anubis. That was a super powerful comp because again you can build Anubis super high damage with his crit and stuff as well on the HP, and then once he just went through, you basically give yourself 2 chances of despair locking down the enemy. So
Interesting to see what it ended up being versus.
yeah, but that's the whole thing though, Trev. Like anyone will tell you, if you played Zeus, like I played Zeus, his entire A1 could have lost the entire match if you didn't get a random RNG and hit the extra turn. If you didn't get the kill and you didn't get the extra turn, you lost. And sometimes you had to keep going until you hit the RNG in your favor. Sometimes it's about RNG, you know?
We'll sort out exactly what.
That doesn't mean the hero is bad.
Are, like why she becomes unkillable or unhittable at some point, and maybe you guys can talk to what the strategy is, just so everybody knows and can hear about like all the excitement. But I was still thinking like, what if we could keep Bach up, because he gets, you know, obviously he counterattacks on all the debuffs. And then you could hit him with, have him hitting with the bleed, but it never ended up having enough time to, you know, you guys figured it out too late. I just expected more of you guys. That's all is what I'm saying.
And, like,
I would have figured it out if I fucking knew.
we kept them alive all the way to 500, and that's again just, and that goes to show like the work that you all put into making the stage harder. We had to go farm thousands of energy just to get the correct gear sets, to get the correct stats, to be able to do what we needed to do to stay alive. Especially you think about like the builds that we were running. I mean, we had to make sure that Bach had HP. We also had to make sure he had crit damage. We also had to make sure that he had, you know, some measure of speed.
That is the one thing, man. Like, I will give all credit, man, to the guys that did the gear grind, and you know what I mean, like figured out the best gear set with the best stats, and they really did min-max their gear on their heroes. GG to them, because that was well played by him.
Well, otherwise, Fafnir is not quite a baby this time. He's ready to smack.
What are your like favorite gear sets to try out?
I'd say for me, the ones that I got a chance to try out because I just couldn't get the sets to drop in the stats I wanted
Yeah.
I would say for me, it definitely was Shrine. Was one of the ones that I really enjoyed. Being able to put that on Shamash or putting it on Sphinx or some of the other healing characters, and just to watch them stay alive. I even put it on our favorite Heimdall, and just watch him just go all the way back up. I'm like, wow,
yeah,
he's trying to keep
Box
him alive,
Imprint
even
was
though
the
it's
next
not
best
with
thing
that.
to
So that was one
Dragonet,
of the ones.
basically.
And then also too, I played around with kind of like a lot
Gear.
of the two-piece duelists, the two-piece
Gear was always the lowest thing I ran out on. Because without good gear, you couldn't do all,
that you
you know?
and keep those squishy characters alive.
During Alpha Wave 2, we were always telling the community, like, currently it's stats over gear sets, but when we actually got to Fafnir, we realized that the more HP we ended up having, the more damage we were taking from the HP percentage dots. So we were like, wait a minute, are we actually going to go against everything we've told the people? Are we now just going to put it into only building gear sets? So we were looking for like 2-piece Spectre on everyone, 2-piece Duelist on everyone, and then you had like a 2 flex slot. Whereas on the healers, you would go like either 2-piece Duelist or 2-piece Spectre just to stay alive. And then we would drop down our HPs, so we would take less damage and put more defense on. But I mean, to figure out all of these things, and then 9 happened to have some pretty high-powered runs, and we were all trying to like mimic his gear.
Yeah.
And we were realizing, why couldn't we do the same things? And we realized he had actually stumbled into a bit of a speed tune, where you drop your speeds all the way down to like 110, 111, 112.
I was doing that just then.
So you're never outrunning anything, and the slower you were, the more you survived. And
I was doing that.
After we realized that,
because when you're against Fafnir, you don't need speed in a Fafnir fight, because he does his thing, and then it's you do your turns. You never need speed in the Fafnir fight, so it is about your old stats. Like
few days,
I'm surprised they didn't figure that out.
Turn 500. Once we can achieve that, we can then start figuring out how do we get damage on him. And somewhere in the Fateless Discord, someone mentioned that the Spectre set and the Isolde imprint seem to have a funny interaction with each other. And the moment we put the 2-piece Spectre on the Beowulf, he never died. And we're like, wait a minute, let's put 2-piece Spectre on everybody. So then the moment we did that, survivability was now no longer a problem.
Right.
So we started then playing with the speeds and, okay, how much of this gear do I have?
I love how they're going, thank you for telling us how to fix Fafnir.
Yeah, because I think I farmed too far into trying to get an ISIS A1, honestly. I really wanted to get that kind of like men tech going on the A1, so I put loads of energy into trying to farm that. And I also farmed overnight for weapons for Thunderbolts. I got so many Thunderbolts, but I didn't really put enough time into gear. And I think that let me down. When I was trying to build like really high damage teams yesterday and today, I was just like, I just don't think I've got good enough quality of those higher level gear sets.
That's so funny. They were telling them how to fix it, and Shay was like, oh.
It was fun, I think, anyway, to try and decide where am I going to put my resources, you know, because there's these different elements, right? It's like, is it heroes? Is it gear? Is it weapons? And yeah, I don't know. How did you guys find that, I guess?
Yeah, like, I get it if you're like, I don't know. To me, it makes more sense. Like, if you're against Fafnir, you fight 151 Fafnir, the fight starts, there's no speed needed, because he does his move and it's your turn. So you never need speed in that fight, you know?
Shamash super early, but he's not used for any challenges, so I didn't build him until I was like past the challenge stage, or mostly past the challenge stage. And so the energy routing for the 300 stars was a huge deal. And especially with scary stuff like 148 is just a gear check. Like, do you have the gear to kill the weaker Horus on wave 1? And so basically it was like, yeah, the energy routing was a huge deal this wave.
Yeah, gold was the biggest thing. Gear was the biggest thing. Not gold, gear.
What would you say
You needed gear,
like
and gear was so hard.
The toughest thing to do kind of in the very early stage, like when you were kind of like grinding through the beginning, it sounded like you basically got stuck only at 120. Were there any other points where it was like, oh, I gotta go back and really grind, or was it really just smooth sailing right past 90, right past
for me, I didn't get stuck anywhere. Just my team was a lower quality like champions, so a lot of times I'd have to go and like, okay, I met this new like I got to a new like pens like 81, and so I had to go get a nicer piece of gear, upgrade gear, take my time, do all the gear rolling stuff. But for me, it was a slow and steady pace. Like not even 120 really messed me up, but it was just my runs were like 5 to 7 minutes because it was a lot of like.
But you're getting past it. You're like, whatever. I'm
getting past it, but it's like it's like I don't have a lot of gas, so I have to make sure I use my gas appropriately. So I was in the think tank a lot for my runs.
Okay.
149, 148. I don't know if I got stuck on them on my live stream. I'll be honest with
I
you.
didn't really have any hard points.
The hard
but,
point for me was 142. 142 and 143 because to me, 142, 143 checked if you had the pieces to complete 148 and 149 because like my team had all the damage, had all the survivability, all that jazz to beat all the stages, but what I didn't have was a good Mordred. I didn't have a good scatter. You know what I mean? Like I didn't have the control that I needed to get through that wave. But as soon as I got the control,
in the chat, people.
GG.
I won't call anybody out, but you know who you are. There were some complaints about 149, which cracked me up, and then other people were able to quickly get past it. Again, you know who you are. This is a shout out to an individual, but.
I don't know.
I think it's worth showing something that I think I've seen. The chat kind of going by. Maybe worth talking about a couple of different things that I've seen mentioned. One thing is this coin that I've got that you guys are going to be. No, this is a prototype version of the coin. So this Dan got to me quite a long time ago, actually, and I've actually kept it as like as a good luck charm in my backpack since. By the way,
nice.
I think that's cool.
But yeah, so everybody that kind of made it into the tier where it said where we've said you're going to get coins, you're going to be getting this in like one of the sweetest boxes I've ever seen. I mean, Simon, right? It's sick looking.
It's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I actually think. Obviously, getting the invite to come to Vegas and hang out with the crew and that type of thing is very.
Yeah, that's what I really want. I'm not gonna lie. I really wanted to meet Simon and chat to him and that.
And actually, this is the thing that I really.
The coin's fire. The coin's fire.
Decent like merch, I guess.
Look how big that coin is. It's a thick boy. That.
Yeah, it's got a good heft to it,
Yeah, We've just agreed today to have more made so that anyone who hit stage 151 gets one of the kind of alpha tester Fafnir's Bane coins, because we're just like, just the enthusiasm really behind it. When we had Alpha Wave 2, just over 600 people hit 151, and we were looking yesterday, we're like, hold on a minute, we've already had basically 900 people as of yesterday hit 151, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So anyone who hit 151 is gonna get one of the coins.
Yeah, we're not selling these things. Like the point is, like, you guys were a part of something special. You guys were, a little part of history, the history of Fateless and Godforge, and so you're gonna get these really cool. I guess I don't know the exact number that we're gonna end up putting out, but quite limited edition, I guess. Godforge coins. So
yeah, it's gonna be like 1,200.
Personally, I'm super hyped about this.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And the other cool thing about the coin too, like obviously there's other prizes like picture frame, so on and so forth. But one of the cool things about the coin is that it's not just pixels on a screen. Like it's actually something you're gonna have in your hand.
Yeah,
and be able to enjoy and appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna ship.
Yeah, 142 was a real annoyance. Yeah, literally.
Empire.
The shipping process Empire. I don't know, in the next week or so. But yeah, there's no chocolate in these things. They're.
I guess it is worth saying actually. So there will be emails sent out on Monday, because we're going to need people's information to be able to send these out. So anyone watching the stream, just make sure you're keeping an eye on emails from Fateless on Monday, because that's going to be how you're going to get these things. There was also an email sent out today for a survey from you guys, just to basically ask, you know, the basic questions really about what you did or did not enjoy about this alpha experience, because ultimately that's what we're doing this for. We're trying to build the best possible game, and we'd really love any feedback that comes in from those. We want to make sure that, you know, we've really nailed the gameplay features, cameras, all of that stuff. It's just super important to us. So please get that done.
Hell yeah.
We want to hear that feedback. And I mean, and I've noticed a little bit of feedback in the chat about some of the quality of life stuff that is definitely coming. I think some of the ones that I'll just call out quickly that I saw mentioned, that I just want to make sure everyone knows. You know, obviously the alpha was a very small slice, and we're very far ahead of that actually in the current dev build. So things like sorting gear.
I can't Sham for some reason.
For heroes. Selling, all of the things that, not all the things, but a lot of the things that you're probably feeling like, man, that doesn't feel polished. We know it's not polished.
It's funny actually, because I'm going from dev build back to the alpha build frequently, and in the dev build, I'm going in there. I'm sorting by rarity on the heroes. I'm doing the search to just get the hero name up.
Yeah, you get all the good stuff, Simon. Rub it in our faces, dude.
Yeah. it's kind of brutal, like, you know, playing between the two right now. But yeah, obviously that's coming for beta and beyond. And I've seen a lot of people actually mention about, do we know when the beta is? Are you already signed up? If you've signed up for the alpha, all those type of questions, which is kind of normal. And I guess we could just answer to it a little bit, really. So anyone who has played in an alpha, you basically already on an email list with us, you will be invited to the beta as well. I'm
Sweet.
Wrecked by this stage right now.
Sweet.
I was trying to bring you some.
My guy's getting slapped.
But anyway, yeah. So anyone who's already signed up, you will be.
Simon losing.
We've got a couple of like next stages, I guess. So towards the end of this year, we're doing something called a tech test, which will be testing a lot of the different features that we've built out, testing things like monetization. So again, we'll invite a lot of this community into that tech test, and it won't be quite as I guess it won't be an event like the alpha. It's more about coming in and testing different models that we've built out and different features, and then we will go into a kind of like soft launch really early next year is the plan. But again, all of these things can change. You know, ultimately, depending on things like the feedback from this, really dictates a lot of our timelines. Because if people say, you know what, your models for your characters are just terrible, none of the cameras fit what we want, we didn't find any fun in your game, then, you know, that sets us back 6 months.
We would have been like, oh crap. But yeah.
So yeah, we don't hear those things, and generally the feedback I've heard is better than that. But they're realistic things for game design, right? It's just you have to deal with what the players want to a certain degree. So yeah,
I hope you guys are ready. Like, I mean, something we haven't really addressed much, and you mentioned it here, where it's like, this is about a third of the roster.
Yeah, it'd be really sick if,
right?
Yeah.
On Christmas.
So, I mean, and we're starting to see some of these guys coming into the game.
Oh man.
And I'll say a couple things. One, these characters look amazing. Two, I think our artists have just been leveling up. They're like a lot of these characters. I'm like, holy wow, this is so next level. Like, some of these characters look amazing. So we've got a great roster of characters coming through, and there's some polish on some existing characters to kind of keep in mind, right? So you know, there's a lot of characters that maybe they don't quite have the right animation, or they don't quite have the right stance, or maybe there's a little bit of clipping here or there. There's gonna be a lot of things that are gonna come together. You know,
new hero,
perfectly lit.
New hero
have too many polys and maybe aren't quite as nice. There's a lot of things that are gonna come together that are gonna make things look even better than I think that they look now. I mean, I actually am, yeah, there you go. There's a perfect example.
Yeah,
I'm pretty proud
of my favorites, man. This one's so cool.
Yeah, this is. Have we announced who this is? We can announce him. We can do a quick leak. It's fine. Simon, that's your job. You know how to do
this is
wow.
This is Simon's job, the leak.
I think the kind of Aztec-based heroes
look cool as fuck.
Like,
there's some sick ass ones.
So fun. They're really, really cool.
Have we shown? I mean, you guys knew she was coming. Have we shown Medusa you want to show Medusa?
I have shown Medusa actually. Yeah, Medusa. We're actually. Let me.
I don't know if we want to show it right now because like you know like
Medusa looked amazing.
Come through at once, but
We saw Medusa already.
Completely changed
messages now.
Medusa looked very different to this originally. We did a complete change because we didn't think we was really hitting the aesthetic of our game and the quality we wanted. But I really love where this has gone, and yeah, I mean she's
so freaking cool.
Yeah, she's very cool.
Yeah, I really like the Medusa. It looks sick as hell.
She's a beautiful woman. Fits the lore super well.
Yeah.
Yes. Should Simon leak more?
For all
Yes.
these, I think that's the thing that our lore team and kind of like we call them the lore masters have been really cautious about and worked with design really closely with to make sure that we do as much as we can basically to follow with the the myths of these gods, myths and legends, and make their kits make some sense. Obviously there's some game balance stuff that we have to think about, but yeah, I think should Simon leak more?
I'm gonna try one more.
Oh.
Dan, where's Dan? He's going off the rails, guys.
Say with that one, Aphrodite,
Somebody
move
stop
over.
me.
Perun?
This is
I can't stop him.
this is Perun, right?
Perun?
Or Perun, I think.
Perun.
Let's go. Okay.
This is his ultimate ability. So again, we're in like the testing ground here. So, but this one's very, very cool.
Dance.
Crazy work some of the team are doing at the minute. Just trying to like, completely like break the boundaries of what we've got so far. It's so satisfying.
Yeah, I know. Like we're getting so much. I mean, this is the thing. So we've kind of been, living and breathing.
That is so sick.
Alpha stuff. Oh my gosh, I hadn't seen this one. I'm watching it right now because we're
very
like
cool.
a little bit off in the.
Oh, that looks sick.
Yeah, we've been living and breathing alpha, and so we've obviously.
Bro, that looks so sick.
We go back and forth, but you don't sit and play with a lot of these things as much. And now we're kind of.
I know the American, yeah.
These again and man, it's exciting. So I'm really happy.
Insane.
I think overall, I don't know. Maybe that's a good question to kind of get to. How do people feel about the alpha? Like just how do things go? What do you think? We'd love to hear it in the chat, but maybe let's go through the guys here. Overall, how did you guys feel? Maybe start with I don't know, Lyco.
It was amazing. I mean, I met some really cool people. The communication we've had with the moderators, talking to you guys right now, the entire thing has been incredible. The game is fun. The characters are cool. The aesthetic is amazing. There's a lot of complexity and depth in team building.
That just says instrument charge
so
cast
enjoyable.
forward.
It's addicting. I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself until the beta comes out. It's so fun.
We have some other stuff in the works too. Just yeah. So we can't leak that one. Don't do it, Simon.
I can't do that one.
we can't leak that one. But we've got some exciting stuff for the in between. Let's put it that way. All right. What do you think? Let's go, Papa Tez. What do you think? How do we do?
Same sentiment. It's just amazing. It's been a ton of fun. I think the thing that really makes a difference to me is just the fact that you all, even though you all are like founders, you're top of the chain basically in a sense, right? And just everybody else, still coming down and talking with us and trying to interact with us, trying to understand the sentiments that we have, how we feel. To me, that's just it needs so much, because it's like, okay, you all really care about the game. You really want to drive something that's strong. You really want to drive something that's community driven, and you really do care about your player base and the thoughts that they have on their mind.
Is that a new
a couple of people,
cinematic
it's like
intro?
You all try so hard with that, and I can say that has been probably my most appreciated thing that I've seen.
I love it, man.
That's good to hear.
Amazing.
And the thing is it's weird being on this side of the table, right? So we're building a game, but we love games, and like we're always excited as soon as we get something that comes out as in a new feature. Like we're just as excited as you guys would be to try it and to see if we kind of nailed it. So it's a very odd situation to be both building a game, but also just like we just want it to be fun. We really just want people to love the game. Like that's mainly it. Like I just want people to love it and want to play it more and want to share their thoughts about it. It's very addictive on that side as well, interestingly.
And
Very
one of the
addictive.
things kind of unique in what I like is that you guys were, with, for instance, Raid or Watch Realm or whatever game, you guys were on our side, and now you guys are making a game, and I think you guys actually look at both perspectives. For instance, like some people have talked about, like, in the instance of where it's going, and
I can't think of the
obviously there
word,
has
chat.
to be, to a degree, a balance of free to play and pay to win.
Sure.
But also, if you guys can find that balance, really, in my opinion, I think you guys may take the crown from Raid. Like, I first came into the alpha, I was like, wow, with the music, the artwork, and then how the characters played. Like, this experience has been incredible. Like, I really do think if you guys can balance everything just right, you guys may take the crown in this genre.
Wow. Thank you, Draco. Thank you, Draco. And then what about you, Fusion? Jump on in there.
Yeah, I mean, for all of these alpha waves, really being a part of something was sort of the best feeling. It sort of made you want to wake up and join your new friends to explore a new thing, and even just finding all the bugs. It wasn't really about finding the bugs, but sort of understanding how they interacted and almost getting a more like intimate feel with all the characters that they interacted with, giving you more of like a deep dive into them and understanding like how their kit actually works and where you can implement it in the future. But overall, I would say just the people here and the fact that we all feel heard when we speak, and because I mean, essentially, you guys are us. You're gamers, just like all of us. And yeah, the community is strong with this one.
Love it, man. And round us out, Unbound Sage. What do we got?
So, I mean, I'll tell you this. The first, 5 nights, I only slept 3 hours, and I didn't drink coffee at all. I didn't have an alarm. It was straight hype. I went to bed, and I think of, for instance, for 143 with the Mordred tech, right, to strip the ward away. Yeah. I literally woke up in the dead of night. I woke my wife up, like, I need to go play.
You woke your wife up?
I just figured out how to beat this stage. I'll be back. But the biggest thing, actually, is the ability to interact with you guys. Sham, you were in the chat for a day in Wave 2. And we were talking about how Divinity is gained through initiative. And we talked about that. And I actually have a calculator that can find the upper bound of divinity gain. If you give me a speed and initiative, I can tell you on that, basically tell you what the cooldown of your ultimate is.
What the hell?
It's only the upper bound. It's not perfect. I'd be sharing it. I'm trying to.
That's crazy.
That's amazing.
But you can ask Papa Tez about how confident I am that you will not have your ultimate by turn 3 with that initiative.
I was like, nah, bro, I don't care what you're saying. And then I look in there and I have 98% ultimate. I'm
like,
freaking right.
You are going to be 5 divinity off, and you need to build a little bit more initiative.
Wow,
so just having those kind of
the calculators begin. I love it.
Yeah, I'm so close to cracking it. It's an approximation. I'm so close though.
That's
cool. Amazing.
Oh, we should probably do the final winner, really. So.
Oh.
Yeah, let's
oh, here we go.
I'm not gonna lie. I often get these type of things wrong in terms of the tech. So we're gonna try our best here, not to ruin everything. Let's see what I can do. Let's just.
While he gets set up, just so you know.
Right, if I win this, I'll be insane, but I doubt it. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna be honest, Scorro. I don't win anything, dude. I don't win anything. Not by tournament. In a tournament I can win. I mean, if it's a giveaway, I never win.
I think we've checked most, the vast majority of, or we've checked all the winners rather. This is correct. So you can search your ranking. You can see where you're at, wherever you've gotten to. You should be proud, and it's pretty amazing. Like the honestly the dedication and the accomplishment of
I'm right there with you. And if there was an underdog medal, maybe I'll win it. But
we've got 1,677 players that basically played right the way through the alpha.
I've got a 1 in 1,677 chance of winning. No chance.
So
no chance.
Because obviously, yeah, we want to make sure that it's clear. basically it's just totally fair. Let me just pull Sham back into the screen. There we go. Yeah, so we want to make sure people can see, but basically we've pulled all of the users into a sheet, and
literally
1,677
this could be the
people.
first ever
Last
giveaway
person,
I ever
this is
win.
the lucky. This is the person who's going to join us for the Vegas kind of like tour when we do it next year.
Hang on, but
See,
before you-
if it was
before you
on
make this
6,
roll,
I win.
Yeah.
I'm
If it was
noticing
on
that
6,
can see
I win.
47 thumbs up. We got like 350 people here. What's going
That's
on?
unbelievable.
Where's the thumbs up?
Everyone's let us down.
Let's do the thing. We're letting us down. Lady H, I was, I know that she always jumps in. Let's go. Get those thumbs up in. Who's gonna win?
It's worth calling out as well. So it's our third. Is it our third anniversary? Yeah, it's gonna be our third anniversary around sort of end of April, and we're trying to tie in this kind of Vegas tour with. I say tour. This Vegas trip with that third anniversary, and plus there's a couple of events that are going on in Vegas around that time. But we definitely want to have a day when anyone in the community that can make their own way there can come and join us as well. We'll have a few drinks. We'll basically have the latest version of the game there to play.
If it was on 6,
things that nobody
I would have won. I'm just saying.
Community for like future release versions of Godforge. So there's going to be some fun stuff to do, but we definitely want to try and allow people to come and join us if they're able to do so. Okay, man, we're going to hit this. We're going to hit the number.
Here it is.
It's
Let's
going to
go.
be somewhere between 1 and 1,677. I'm hoping this tool just works. Let's do it.
There you go. Told you. 578. Let's see who it is. Not me, I can tell you that.
Scrolling down, man. 578.
No chance. Because it's random and like...
No way! It's one of the crew here, so that's not going to count.
Who was it?
Who is it?
Fusion.
Nice try, Fusion. No.
Fusion.
How crazy is that, man? Well, that is...
I was gonna say, what if it's
insane.
I'm gonna say a lottery ticket, dude. What is going on here? All right.
Okay, we're doing it again. We're doing it again.
Go again.
Well done.
Where are we going?
Let's go in again. Number 800.
It's gone up though. It didn't even go down.
879.
879. Scrolling down, who we got this time? This is
Nope.
Pool God Zero.
There we go.
So I don't know if you're in the chat or what, but we will be sending out information to you. We've obviously got email addresses for these people. Pool God Zero is the final, the winner who's going to be joining us, providing they want to, obviously.
Pool God Zero, and hopefully, so I don't know if that's a swimming pool or if it's a table pool, whatever it is. It works for Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, whatever type of pool, it's gonna work. Hopefully, it's someone who's good at pool. I actually like pool a lot, so I'll be taking him on in Vegas if he is that type of person. So, yeah, I mean, this has been a blast, really. We should. I just finish with, from everybody, like, what are you most looking forward to? If you think about a feature you'd love to see, or I don't know, a hero that you'd love to see in the future, let us know, guys. What would you most like to see? So let's start with you, Popatez.
Send it stones. No, okay. The stupid little stones. No. I'd say I'm actually looking forward to just seeing the constant quality improvements, not only the art style, but also going in and seeing the actual lore that's going to be in the game a little bit more.
Yeah.
I've heard that y'all have some absolutely cracked lore heads that are in there.
Yeah.
So just to see what they cook up, I'm super excited.
I'm
about
looking
that.
forward to it.
I just want to talk about that for a second, because I am one of these people that's a bit guilty of, a clip comes up and I skip it on, like, take Raid. When I played Raid first time, I didn't watch any, or didn't really read any of the lore stuff in campaign. I think if people give the first cutscene a go, they will watch all of the cutscenes in Godforge. I think the quality level is
So cool.
really fucking cool. It's so cool, and to the point where I'm like, I think we could easily make a comic book or, a Netflix show, whatever it is. Like, I definitely think that's feasible in the future. But yeah, no, I'm pleased you called that one out, man. That's cool. What about
Hold you
you?
to that one.
What about you?
Ain't it? Godforge.
There are two things I'd really love to see. One is I'd like to see Guan Yu's core ability have 100% chance to apply drain.
Okay.
The second is I think it would be really cool to have I could like talk about a character.
Yeah.
I would love to see Ratatosker in the game, just a little squirrel god. I think it would be
Yeah,
cool to
from
have,
Smite.
like, an anthropomorphized character, just a cute little guy.
You can't confirm or deny that there are characters that may or may not fit that profile.
It's exciting.
Keep moving.
Let's move on before anyone says anything they shouldn't say. Unbound Sage. What about you, man?
Might have lost Unbound Sage.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. There we
Oh,
go.
there we go.
I had a mic issue.
No, we're here now.
Yeah, I've been working with Divinity quite closely, and I love the Ultimate Divinity system. I think that initiative needs to be bumped up a bit from gear, like 50%, even doubled, because when you're running like this really fast Aphrodite, her base initiative it's a 17 turn cooldown for her ultimate if you only use initiative, right? And even if you
I know. Wait,
50, it's
yeah,
like a 7 turn cooldown with invested initiative, right?
it'd be nice.
So I look forward to see the team balancing that because that's going to be a pain point
Yeah.
to balance for sure.
Yeah.
So I think with that
Don't forget about the divinity generators. That
Well,
adds
yeah.
a little bit of offset. I mean, a little bit. I mean, a lot.
Yeah, it does, right? But I look forward to see the balancing, right? For sure. I think that the basic core ultimate triangle is very interesting. I can't wait to see exactly where it lands as a numbers guy. And
Awesome.
then as for a character, I mean Hephaestus, right? God of the Forge, right? From yeah.
Nice.
That's
nice.
the right name, right?
A great one.
Yeah.
Festus.
So-
Yeah, I'm with you.
So
Awesome. Heptez, maybe?
Yeah.
As far as characters.
Yeah. Who would be a
Characters,
character you'd like to
things
see?
you're
Yeah.
excited about.
Oh yeah, well, I
Heptez
think I
already
did the
spoke about
excited
that.
ones
did?
already.
All
So
right,
I
what am
spoke
talking about?
already. Yeah, yeah.
Sham's losing his mind.
Guys, I got this coin here. It's my precious. I feel like there might be something in this thing. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. Fusion?
I heard it's chocolate.
Yeah.
Don't eat it, dude. Don't promote this, guys.
Yeah. I mean, overall, everything like with the art style that is currently in the game and just how everything looks, I can't wait for that lighting pass to be put over everything for things to really pop and jump out. But I mean, overall, just with all the characters coming in and all the lore behind them, Sage has already been teasing us with how he's going to love to deep dive into all the lore and make videos about that, and that's going to be quite fun to watch. But just when all the characters are there and just doing all the theory crafting behind it and seeing where the synergies lie and how this is going to work with this and picking the most random obscure people that no one picks up and actually using them to dominate is something that I'm looking forward to.
Nice. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What about you, Draco?
One thing, obviously is characters, different characters like Poseidon, I've even been kind of like chewing on ideas on like building characters too. Like I've been kind of, thinking on that. But the other aspect, one I think many people are, interested in is, PvP and how that's going to work. But also, two, and I've actually talked to a few people about this. I know like this cavern, like going down the levels, is very popular. And I was kind of interested. I'm kind of interested to see if there's going to be something like this, or like, for instance, Doom Tower, but like a seasonal thing where it changes every time. So then we can't. It's not like Raid where there's a preset, depending on which one it is, but it constantly changes each time. And a few people I've talked to, they thought that would be a really cool idea.
Yeah, I guess there's an element. So we've thought about this as well. Actually, we think, the feedback from the caverns generally has been so good that we'd be crazy to not try and at least reinvent this. But if it was all the time, I think maybe.
Why is it?
Sure. I think if it comes in,
I
and it's like a
didn't do
cool
anything
event,
wrong there.
and it's probably a shorter window. Maybe it's like a
Oh, why
weekly
it's
event
doing that?
Maybe we drop every couple of months.
Sometimes it's trying to send a chat and it won't
Instead of a
send,
short,
and then
it's
it's
like, oh,
sends.
cool. Who are the heroes available this time in the caverns? Yeah, it could be like this version of the caverns only unlock the divinity of the uncommon heroes or something. Like we could just do whatever we want with it, really, to just make it different and fun. But yeah, I actually agree. I think it'd be a really cool idea to bring something different. And one of our big things that we want to do is make sure that at least for some events they just feel fresh, because I think a lot of these games in this genre are guilty of just being like, well, you know, just do the same thing you do every day and then that's an event, which just gets monotonous and quite dull, I think. Really. So we're just really like trying to think through what does that look like, and how do we do that without it feeling like, oh man, I've got so many extra things to do with my day. So we don't want the game feeling like a chore. We want it to feel like, okay, if I'm going to do this thing, it's because it's fun and feels feels different. So no, I love that.
I think one advantage you have in that aspect is the rich lore. So dropping one of these like caverns tied into a story event where it's like, okay, yeah, here's like Athena, and you have to climb to the top of the tower to go meet her for whatever reason, right?
Yeah,
I think that's a big advantage you have to make it feel fresh.
Yeah,
and then you make
I agree with them.
Like you have such an advantage with the rich lore, and then the lore masters also adding on top of that after the shattering of that. So I look forward to it for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's actually
awesome. Delving into the caves to go and defeat Hades in the underworld.
Yes.
Exactly.
Love that.
Exactly.
Love that. Actually, I've seen a couple of good ones in chat as well. Actually, I saw I think it was Doctor Who, or maybe it's Mathorian, basically saying that they're really looking forward to masteries and what we do with the mastery system, which is something I'm really looking forward to as well. Actually, I think that's going to be just a breath of fresh air and a slightly different take on anything we've seen before.
Yeah, we haven't talked about it for a while. We had that podcast with YST, and then it's been a minute. I think that's the last time that we really talked about it. So that's another one.
Yeah. I think we kind of refreshed it a little bit as well.
It'll actually also add another layer of complexity and maybe to a degree uniqueness too.
Yeah, I mean, really like being able to push a build in a direction. That's what we want masteries to be. So, you know, where do I want to use this hero, and therefore what type of mastery tree do I want to put on? But also, where do I want to go and achieve these things to unlock these masteries, which are going to be perfect for this hero build that I want to do. So it's kind of like builds that longevity to people playing the game, but also almost like a questing.
I don't know how I'm doing that,
because it's like, well, I need to go after this challenge to be able to unlock a specific mastery that I can then use on my heroes. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for the mastery system. There's one other question here which I really like from Vex. So what's your dream for Fateless as a whole for the next 10 years? Maybe Sham, do you want to give a
big question?
Yeah, huge question, obviously.
Yeah. 10 years. 10 years is a long time. I mean, first of all,
let's call it 5. Yeah.
Let's call it 5. But even you know, I think one of my first answers would be, you know, I'd love to see godforge turn into, you know, what I would class as like a forever game, like one of those games where it's not forever, but like a game where people can, where we have this, all the things that you guys talked about, right? These great characters coming in with rich lore, passionate community, excited people, you know, like, so obviously that's one piece of the puzzle. But I guess the other piece of the puzzle is, you know, I want Fateless to grow, you know, as a company, for us to do other really cool games, for us to expand on the IP that we've built or that we're building, and you know, as Simon mentioned, like, I think it really has potential to do a lot of things, to go beyond just the godforge, or just godforge as a game. I think that we've built something really cool, and it might not just be the godforge IP, right? I mean, I think that you know, Simon, Dan, and I, we're all just very excited about, you know, we've built Fateless as a company that feels like an amazing team, right? And like, you know, we had this thing, well, what did we say? We said friends, family, Fateless, friends, family, Fateless.
Yeah.
And I love that. I mean, I think that that's one of the biggest things for me, is that, you know, I love my work. I think that we can all pretty much say that. And I think that just building a lot of cool things and building the community and kind of like listening to you guys and hearing, you know, what are you guys interested in, is the future I see, you know, for godforge and for Fateless. I don't know.
Yeah.
What about you, Simon?
Well, I guess my number one thing is, just from like a personal achievement point of view, I'd love for godforge to basically be topping a chart somewhere, like in terms of just like and mainly around number of players. Like that's just like my personal goal. I'd love for godforge just to have loads of people playing.
If godforge beats raid, I'm telling you now, it will be a feat in history, and I believe they can do it.
I'm also like I
honestly believe they can do it. I know I've been quiet this last bit, and I've just been watching it, but hey, I've been sucked in and just listening, you know?
Basically like a 3D chess type of game, or
auto chess.
Yeah, an auto chess. Sorry, an auto chess type of game. Yeah, so like or like a battlegrounds, or like a TGC, something like that. Like basically these different genres where we've already got great assets with our characters. We've already got kind of like lore and story that we can move over. And yeah, I definitely don't see us as like a one game studio, because because
I'm not gonna lie, like if I could, and this is my maybe dream or journey, if I could, but if I could work for the Fateless team and get a secure job and work with the company and help design this game and future games, I'd love to do that. And I mean that, like, if I could be in the Q&A test team, work my way up into the creative team, that's what I'd want to do, because I honestly feel like I'm a pretty creative person, especially when it comes into, like, think of new game modes and ways things can work. So, because that's what I'm going to be doing with some of my videos soon. A lot of my videos are going to be fun stuff like that, so...
Charlemagne talking about running a D&D campaign with godforge. Love it. Very cool. True Basement Goblin. MMO confirmed. Not exactly. You know, I mean, technically this is MMO, right? Massively multiplayer online.
Yeah.
We did it. Mission accomplished.
I mean, I guess we've all played MMOs. Most of the team have played some form of like big MMOs, or have actually been working on them in the past. We'd love to have an MMO, but I mean, we're talking, that's hundreds of people in the team, and I mean, what, minimum 5 year project minimum? Probably more than that, honestly. It's that maybe is a few years down the line, but I don't know. It's cool, but I guess we probably should wrap up. You know, we're about an hour and a half in. I wanted to just thank again everybody that's come on to the podcast here. You've all been like, you know, super inspirational in terms of how you've approached the alphas. Honestly, it's just some of the crazy achievements you've done in the last 10 days. So yeah, thank you all so much for coming on and, you know, sharing your thoughts, and yeah, honestly, just blowing us away in the last 10 days. It's been awesome.
Yeah, thank you guys. Amazing. Yeah, and obviously not just you guys who are on the podcast. Oh yeah, but holy crap! I mean, like the community. Like we wouldn't be able to do any of this without you. I mean, like talking about like the future of the studio and the future of all this stuff, man. Again, you know, it's a little bit emotional, because I think that, I mean, you know, and that's just me, but I mean, Simon or Hell Hades and Fiction. You know, you guys have been ride or die with these guys for a long time, and none of this is possible without you. So just
yeah, and it's also, I mean, 30,000. This blows my mind as well. By the way, 30,000 people have come in and tried our alpha. You know, a game which has still got a lot of polish to go and all that type of stuff. So, you know, we've half filled a decent sized football stadium at this point with people that have come in and tried our game, which again blows me away. You know, we're very fortunate to have this sort of community that are, you know, just passionate about what we're doing. So thank you all so much. I just want to close it off there, but thanks for watching the stream as well, everybody. And yeah, keep your eyes peeled for what's next with godforge. We'll see you guys.
Well, we ended it before I even got to say it properly. Well, that's it. So, you know. For some reason it's gone to mine. Let's close that off. It's gone to mine here. Let me put the Fateless background on. But that was the podcast. That's pretty much it, I guess, for today's streams. I guess we watched, obviously, the live stream together. Hope to see if we could win the prize. We didn't, but we got to obviously do some Fafnir at the end. And for the guys that obviously like the godforge stuff, just to let you know, I am going to be doing a bunch of content that's going to be starting next week on the channel. I did record a bunch and put a bunch of effort in to get some content ready so people can keep enjoying the godforge stuff until obviously it comes back around. So big shout out to you guys. Thank you for the support. Honestly, thank you for watching the stream. Thank you for obviously the last few days being the guys that you've been. And with that, I'm gonna say with myself, I'll catch you guys later. It has been a pleasure.